fine friend, Mr. Greg Olsen, done stopped by the show. But before we get into any of that, we're getting a little bit of that new news. New news is brought to you by American Express. First bit of new news, we got some great reactions from the Kelsey Clubhouse, thanks to you 92%ers, from Steph. Also, the Kelsey Clubhouse is a gag, and I love the green hoodie, but I can't believe none of the new hoodies are called New Heights of Man Hoodie. I don't know what the fuck that means, but she's disappointed. What does that mean? What's a man hoodie? Is that a thing?
New Heights of Man
Hoodie? Are you familiar with Man Hoodie?
I'll just say, it's a Life of a Showgirl reference, boys. Come on.
Man Hoodie?
To the lyric, New Heights of Manhood. It is the time we were referenced in the album.
All right. New Heights of Manhood, so a man
You get
hoodie.
it. So they made Man Hoodie. You get it.
Got it. All right, now I get it.
There you go.
All right, thanks, Brandon.
I didn't understand that.
Right over our heads.
Taylor's going to kill me for not knowing that.
We're not as good with the Easter eggs as these Swifties.
They sure know how to plan them and call them out. All right. What else we got?
Yeah, from Catherine.
The pathological people pleaser.
Love that.
Saber Babe, 13. Ooh, sounds like she's from Buffalo. I love that it's on Amazon. What a huge win for me. Prime shipping, baby. Hey,
it is nice. It is a very nice feature.
I mean, it's honestly changed the world of ordering things. Amazon is like fucking insane.
It's wild. It's annoying not shipping with that.
They have literally everything on there. You can search it in the little search bar and you got a plethora of items that you can choose from.
That they do. All right, from Pop Takes, my New Heights Show t-shirt arrived from the Kelsey Clubhouse and it's so nice. Great quality. Can't wait to wear it out of the house. I wonder which one they got. The golden baby quality is unreal. I love that shirt.
The New Heights, all right, that shirt that I was wearing last week, dude. I was wearing that all fucking day. Might have slept in it.
No judgment. No judgment. All right, from Killer Scorpio, I need crew neck New Heights sweaters. Brandon, this is somebody calling you out. Who do they have to beg? Well, ironically, it's probably not Brandon.
We'll work on it. Well, I like a good, when it goes crew neck, I like a nice knit crew neck, or a nice little fabric crew neck. So we might have to get that in there. We're working on these. And if you haven't, please check out all the great new merch at kelseyclubhouse.com.
And as of right now, this is unofficially new news, but it looks like Eric Bieniemy will be back with the Kansas City Chiefs. Trav, you and I have talked about this a lot. I know EB was a huge part of this offensive success for a while in Kansas City. You offered a lot of not just great offensive schematic coaching and play calling, but he's going to coach you hard. And sometimes that's exactly what you need. How do you feel about this?
I love that shit. I think it's great. I think it's a marriage that's going to pick up right where it left off. EB and who he is as a coach, you can see kind of his personality and what he brings to this table in that Chicago team. I know Ben Johnson has his own version of that. He's a very tough guy, and what he did in Detroit, he brought over as well. And you can see those running backs over Chicago, and their body of work was definitely a Eric Bieniemy style of football, man. And
hell yeah,
I can't wait to see him back in the building, man. He's one of my favorite coaches of all time, one of my favorite people of all time. I've had so many unbelievable, growing moments under him as a player, as a person, and I just love the guy, and it's going to be awesome to see him back in the building and see him back wearing the Chiefs logo, baby.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what he learned while with Ben Johnson. I think he's probably one of the most creative minds right now coaching the game on the offensive side of the ball, and to be in a building with that guy, I'd be picking EB's brain. I'd be like, yo, man, what'd you learn? What do you think? And then I also how has EB changed as a coach? Is he going to rip his shirt off? Are we going to see a shirtless EB after a game, hyping the offense up? I want to see it, Bieniemy. I want to see those tits out. New tits.
Who knows, man? Maybe he's elevated. He's taking his game to new heights in that regard. But it'll be awesome to see him back with the Chiefs. Final piece of new news: Jason has joined TikTok.
That's right, Travis. I've finally done it. Well, I have 2 videos. I think they're both very high quality. I was in Huntington, West Virginia, and saw this Frost Stop root beer mug twirling.
Jason, what the fuck were you doing in Huntington, West Virginia?
That's to be disclosed at a later date, but I was enjoying myself. I like the newest one. The newest one's, I like this one.
Why the fuck is your nose so big?
It's an optical illusion.
Oh, man. Dude, they're so good.
I made that one just for you, Trev.
I fucking love those goddamn candies. God damn it, I love those.
Yeah, so I'm on TikTok. I don't know what I'm doing. I really don't understand how it works.
You really do have like a button nose. Like that nose is, you got like a real like, you got like a little marble on the end of your nose there.
That's just an illusion, I think, right?
You got kind of like a round tip of the nose.
I feel like my nose just
if I
keeps
get
getting
close
bigger.
up like that, oh wow, I kind of got that.
Look at
too.
that nose. How about that? Yeah. Now who's got the big nose?
That's just an Ed Kelsey thing, huh? Because I definitely got an Ed Kelsey
Dad
snaz.
had that rosacea or whatever that stuff was called on his nose.
What?
The doctor started yelling at him for like going out in the sun too much and not wearing sunscreen.
You're not part Croatian. You got to be. You're not meant for the sun like that. You're Irish.
You're up there in them UK islands. You don't need to be out in the sun like that.
The Welsh side of you you need to be inside.
Or at least cover that nose. Just wear a hat.
All right. Well, let's not make fun of Dad. Once again, new news brought to you by American Express. Well, let's keep this thing moving into some bold topics to wrap up
Let's
the
do it.
divisional weekend that we just experienced. And I think we should do it with a friend,
Love that idea.
a fellow tight end you.
We need the expert of experts.
He's the only expert that I trust with anything in life.
I'm sorry to whoever's AirPods these are because I am a waxy-eared guy. Let me tell you, you have no idea what you signed up for.
I've shared sweaty towels. I've shared a lot of things I'm not proud of. I don't think I could put another man's AirPods in my ear. Do you ever look in your case? Like, do you ever open this and...
Oh, I got to get the Q-tips. I got to clean that out, man.
it's
They can
ugly.
get bad.
I've
They
had
can
to
get
clean
bad.
them.
Yeah, it's ugly. It's ugly.
I'll just toss them and buy a new pair. I'll just eat the $1,000 for a new pair and just be like, dude.
That's like ultimate rich guy move right there.
Because I'll get the haircut and then put them in and then, so then you got wax on top of hair.
It's a dangerous game.
You get some Aperol spritzes last night at the game or what?
I would hammer an Aperol Spritz right now. Can we just meet up and just get a platter of Aperol Spritzes and just hammer them?
That sounds great. I don't know if you know this, Greg, but there's another person named Greg Olsen on Twitter. And for some reason, I just like was getting their stuff on my homepage and they were sending out like a lot of like dry January, like no more drinking. I was like, is Greg gone dry? Is he giving up the sauce? And I swear, I thought it was you for like 3 days. I was telling people, I was like, dude, I think Greg's going through some stuff. I don't really know what's happening right now.
Mesh cleanse.
Not
Mesh
me.
cleanse never hurt anybody.
Listen, if I was supposed to do dry January, that lasted 25 minutes.
All righty. Stop wasting Greg's time.
Thank you for the time, big guy. This has been a long time coming, man. Oh, my
Very
God. Get
I've
my
never been
guy
more honored.
G-Rag on here, man.
Appreciate you guys having me on. I feel like this has been a long time coming. This is a career highlight.
Dude.
Every time you guys release like your new episode and I see who you chose over me,
Stop.
it hurts the soul just a little bit.
Dude, stop it.
We've been trying to get you on for years. You've been ducking
You're a
us.
busy man. You're a
That's
busy man.
not true at all. That's not true at all.
All the weekend ball coaching that you do.
True.
Just you're a tied up individual, man. And I'm just so glad that we finally freed you up here for a little divisional football talk.
It's the least I can do.
All right, I'm going to do this intro, and we'll get to this very unserious discussion between three slapdicks. Sound good?
Sounds right up my alley.
Let's do this.
Alrighty, we got a very special guest to help us wrap up the
Oh,
divisional round
yeah.
weekend. That's right. Our guest today is the 6'5" tight end out of the University of Miami. He's the first round pick in the 2007 draft. He played 14 seasons in the NFL, 3-time Pro Bowler, 2-time All-Pro, first tight end in NFL history to record 3 consecutive seasons with at least 1,000 yards receiving. He's a founding member of Tight End U, and he is also a 2-time Emmy-winning broadcaster for Fox Sports. Please give us a giant welcome, 92%ers, to the best tight end on this podcast right now, Mr. Greg Olsen!
Listen, I've been a part of some cool shit in my day. I've watched you do intros over a lot of episodes on this pod for a lot of really famous people. And I'm not going to lie, I've laid in bed at night being like, I wonder what my intro would be. I wonder the energy. Is it the same when you introduce The Rock as it is when you introduce me?
You know it,
and
baby. Even more.
I have to say, everything that I dreamed of it being, it was better. It was better.
Let's go! go.
Especially a guy in a cowboy hat in a saloon.
He's in character right now.
A bit out of place right now.
No, dude, you're
Almost
right
just
where
burst
you
a blood
need to
vessel.
be.
You do a great monologue. You do a great open, dude.
Dude, it's
I'm
the
trying.
best.
Hey,
It's the best.
listen.
You did black
gotta
out though. You
transition.
forgot to mention that he's the head coach of the undefeated Charlotte Christian Middle School football team, baby.
Thank you,
Let's
Travis.
go, boys. Let's go, boys.
Boys, now you know you've made it in life. You want to do something cool? Go coach middle school football.
Let's go.
That's how you know you've made it.
Honestly, what is it like coaching middle school football?
It's amazing. It is of all the shit that we do, it's probably like what I enjoy the most, right? So what's cool about the age group is, so it's at the kids' school, like Trav said, Charlotte Christian. It's a K through 12 school here in Charlotte. They've got a good program. So me, Luke Keekley, Jonathan Stewart, and my dad, we've coached it the last couple of years. Stu's kids go there. My kids go there. Luke has no kids. He's just been coaching with me for years when we started, when my two boys were little. So we've been doing it over there. And what's cool is, unlike the other sports, a lot of kids nowadays aren't playing football until middle school, right? The days of growing up in first, second grade.
No.
So when we have these kids show up to our first practices in the summer, I mean, we joke that we like coach lunch. Like, we got to teach them how to buckle their shoulder pads. We got to teach them, you got kids, they're like strangling themselves.
Are you kidding me?
They can't buckle their helmets. Now they got those like now the new fancy helmets, they have like the ratchet straps.
Yeah, so
they're
it's
like
a lot easier.
stuck in their helmet. They can't get their helmets off. So like it's amazing where we start.
I can't see with this thing on.
It's literally, we are the little giants. And, so a lot of the kids, I would say well more than half, have never played football. They might have played a little flag, a little 7 and then by the end of the year, after a long time, all summer, all fall, a lot of workouts and a lot of training, like what we're able to do with these, call it 13 to 15-year-old boys is, man, it's just such a great age. They take it all in. They want to be coached. They want to be pushed. It's everything you guys remember. Like, it's the most wholesome version of football you can imagine. And we live for it, man. We love it.
Man, you got 3 all-pros on your coaching staff. That is
How lucky are these freaking kids? Oh, my gosh.
The parents in the school districts that you guys are playing gotta be like, this is unfair. You can't do this.
We get after it pretty good. Yeah, we always joke with Stu. So he's done this for the last 2 years. And, at the young age, your really good players are your running backs. Right, so we joke, like, how nice is it for Stu? Like, you just get to walk in and you just get to coach, like, the best 3 athletes in the school that are, like, you just give them the ball every time, but, and then Luke's out there teaching guys, like, gap fits and how we set the front and cover. I mean, it's cool. And my dad, who's out there, he's 73 years old. He was me and my brother's high school football coach. He's the youngest 73-year-old you've ever met. He was a 40-year high school football coach. Me and my brothers all played for him back home. So we
lean on him, man.
Amazing.
That's so much fucking fun.
It's amazing.
That's awesome, man.
Me and Jason, we talk about this with our really more so with our college buddies that than anybody else, but we talk about it all the time. And like one day just getting into like a middle school, high school coaching deal. And it's just the fact that you got to do it with the guys you played with too, man. And your father, that's got to be so epic, man.
Do it. If you guys get a chance to do it, I promise, like, of all the cool shit that you get to do and the experiences and all that, like, the purpose and the connection and seeing these young boys, like, grow up in front of your eyes and, like, the light go off, it's pretty special. And, like, we can't wait. We'll start here after spring sports end and we'll get back ripping into the summers and everything. But it's everything you think it is. It's even better.
I love it, man.
That's awesome. Do you find that former tight ends and linebackers make the best coaches? Because you guys kind of got to know everything on both sides of the ball.
I talk about, because people ask me that a lot about like the TV stuff, right? So like, I think what's unique about tight end and even what you guys did with the offensive line, I just think back to when I played, we sat in on so many different meetings, right? I would sit in I started every single day for 9 years in Carolina in the offensive line room. When the special teams guys were doing their meeting, I was in there with the offensive line and was in their run game installs, all their pass pro meetings, all their stuff with our offensive line coach, John Matsko. So that's where I started my day. And then I would jump out of that and go into the offensive pass game install and then sit through hot reads and coverages and pass game. So the point of saying all that, like now as I find myself doing the TV or even just coaching middle school kids, I spend every waking second with the offense and the defensive line. I do very little in the pass game. We're blocking, we're taking angles, step, footwork, splits, stance, combination blocks, double teams, angles, like, and it's just the perspective that I was around.
Jason
not that that was,
right now.
I certainly didn't make a living on double team blocks, but I've heard and watched a lot of really, I've coached enough, right? I watched Ryan Khalil. I watched him back block on counter. I watched how they taught guards to make sure you're going into the line of scrimmage to get on kick. Like I was around it, experienced it. And you want to have a good middle school football team, have a good offensive line. You have a good offensive line, you're going to dominate people because nobody can block.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, it's also hard to have like a high-powered passing attack in middle school.
Or pass protection's a bitch.
Yeah, pass protection is rough.
We're not sorting anybody on the backside 4 week. We're not sliding the protection, okay? It's a lot of like play action, bootleg, move the pocket. We're and anything you do from the pocket is we're gap protection. Everyone's got your inside gap. Back's got the edges. We're building a wall. And if the quarterback doesn't throw it to the first or second guy,
we got a 3-step drop. There is no progression here. That's too far, man.
But it's cool. And I'm sure you guys, like, everything about my career, I enjoy so much of the stuff that I didn't necessarily do personally, but I was exposed to. I use more of that knowledge, like now secondhand, passively into my career and also just into my coaching, more so than teaching a tight end how to run a stick route. Like, it doesn't really come up as much.
God.
Makes sense.
I love it, man. Well, good luck to the boys this year.
Appreciate you.
Still middle school, right?
Yeah, I got one more year. My seventh grade, your boy TJ, my seventh grader.
Let's go.
He's got one more
tight end, baby. Let's go, Teach.
Fellow tight end. He's getting big now. He's getting tall. He's long.
There we go.
He wears 87. I'm like, what the fuck?
Why would you wear that number?
Sometimes it's the only number there that makes sense, Jason. Just saying.
I get it.
All right, here we go, baby. How we feeling after the Natty, man? Miami obviously they weren't able to pull it off, but it was a fun game to watch and follow along to, man. Indiana they just had it rolling this year, man.
Yeah, I mean, I think what was so cool. It was a clean game, right? There wasn't a lot of controversy. Obviously the last pick by Carson Beck was the only turnover. Like, it was a good, clean football game. Our offense really struggled in the first half, came to life there in the second, and then the game kind of flipped. Our offense came to life. We were going up and down the field. Passing game started clicking, and we scored multiple, back-to-back possessions there at the end, and we just couldn't get a stop.
Yeah.
Right? The 2 fourth downs were throwing back shoulder fades, and of course the fourth down quarterback draw was a hell of a play by Mendoza. So, it sucked pulling out of there. My wife and I both went to Miami. Our family members went to Miami. Like, we're Miami through and through. And pulling out of the stadium and being on a flight full of Indiana fans this morning, leaving Lauderdale was not the best feeling. But I'll tell you what, Mario Cristobal, man, he's a stud. He was my tight end coach in college, actually. And
really?
Oh, wow.
Now, obviously, so he recruited me when he was at Rutgers early on in his career, eventually became the tight end coach in Miami at the end of my career for a couple of years, and then went off to FIU and went off and did his head coaching stuff. So the fact that he's back home, has them back on the national stage, would have been a storybook ending for him to win. Miami guy, grew up there at home, but wasn't meant to be. The other Miami guy, Mendoza, he got the storybook ending, but tough one to walk out of. But man, what a moment. So cool. Connect with all former players, connect with guys I went to school with, and just kind of rally around a school that we all take a lot of pride in.
Hell yeah, man.
That's awesome, man.
So what was your freshman year? What year was it?
Yeah, so I was 03, so I got there in the fall of 03. Yeah, so we were on the heels. So my junior year in high school, we beat Nebraska. My senior year in high school, we lost to Ohio State. So that I was my freshman year. We went to the Orange Bowl. It was like the BCS and all that back then. So we didn't play. We never played for a national title when I was there. We played in the BCS Bowl my freshman year. I was a red shirt. I was scout team. But I'm breaking the huddle on the scout team, and the scout team defense is Sean Taylor and Entrell Roll and Vince Wilfork and Jonathan Vilma and DJ Williams and Kelly Jennings. I mean, there was like 7 first-round picks just on defense.
You're looking at a safety literally the same size as you.
Trav, if you would have seen Sean Taylor
Holy shit.
like live and in person.
Dude, no way.
Now, mind you, I came from North Jersey. Like we played high school football, but you know, back then, like you never played football outside of your little bubble.
Right.
So I went to like a summer camp here and there, but it was no pads. And it just wasn't like kids are exposed to now, where you know every kid in California, every kid in Ohio, every kid in Florida. It wasn't the case back then. So I show up, man, and I'm a 225-pound, 18-year-old freshman. And Sean Taylor, he looked like he was 6'8".
Dude.
And he's got the rainbow visor. And
The tape on
I'm
the
just
face
like-
mask. You know it, man.
I was like, what am I? Yeah, the tape on the bars. I'm like, what am I doing here? This is so stupid. Why am I here?
That's so crazy.
It was awesome and just a great part of my life. And to see them back now and the guys feel prideful again and the country kind of take notice of them, it's been fun.
That's
Hell
awesome.
yeah, man.
I don't think kids now have no idea. Like they weren't around when it was happening, but like the Miami, like it wasn't even just that they were good. It was that they were, I mean, the 30 for 30 on them says it so perfectly from back in the day too, but the like swagger and it was like the bravado that Miami had. It was on top of all that other stuff. So college football is just better when Miami is balling out. So
I agree. Well, I'm glad you guys feel that way because our Miami guys are a little obnoxious, you know, like they walk around and, you know, they, especially probably of the last like 20 years, we didn't accomplish shit. Like we all were in Miami, but we didn't actually like win anything worth meaning, but like we still acted like we did.
Yeah, but
baby.
I think that Miami though, it feels like, there's a confident like swagger to it, but it doesn't feel like conceited, kind of like arrogant, like pompous. You know what I mean? Like that, those are the type of ones that you really get upset with. Like Miami's like a bunch of dogs that are just like achieving their dreams and love playing the game. That's kind of the vibe I always got.
Yeah. That's
you know what I mean? There's like a little bit of a difference.
The thing about Miami guys is the high energy and the things they say, but they were like, you said it, like they were dogs, man. Like they were the hardest working guys in college, the hardest working guys in the league. Like everybody that came out of Miami, everybody that I played with in the NFL, Miami guys, you never had to worry about like their work ethic, how hard they competed, their toughness. Like, and I think that's why they always had the respect of their teammates and the respect of everybody around them.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Thank you to our sponsor, Reese's Oreo Cups.
Oh, yeah. Reese's Cups with Oreo cookie crumbs. It's what we've been asking for.
That's what we've been asking for. It's what everybody's been asking for.
How about it, man? Seriously, can anyone name a more legendary snack than Reese's and Oreo?
Probably
you
not.
put them together and it's like, it's perfection.
I don't think I can name a better one. I mean, I eat a lot of snacks too. I consider myself a snack expert.
I am a snack, candy, cookie expert, and nothing fucking compares.
Nothing is beating Reese's Cups with Oreos.
Get your Reese's Oreo Cups today wherever candy is sold.
Reese's Oreo Cup, the cookie crumbs, the ultimate snacking legend. Thank you to our partner, American Express.
If there's one thing that can get us through long winters, it's a good, hearty meal with good company.
Yeah, there's really nothing like it. And, when you can be rewarded for those meals, it's unbeatable.
When you use the newly enhanced American Express Platinum Card, you get access to dining benefits at over 10,000 U.S. Resi restaurants.
That means when you enroll, you can get up to $100 back every 3 months on eligible Resi purchases at Resi restaurants.
With these dining benefits, premium travel perks, entertainment options, and award-winning American Express service, well, you know what they say.
There's nothing like Platinum. Terms apply. Learn more at americanexpress.com/withplatinum. Thank you to our partner, Adobe Acrobat Studio.
How about it? Acrobat has been reimagined with brand new features like PDF spaces to help you be way more productive in way less time.
That's right. Meetings, projects, maybe even a podcast prep can all be streamlined with this tool.
All right. Now, Brandon, can you give us a hand here in showing the good people of the 92% community how to use these incredible new features?
92%ers, you might not believe it, but prepping this podcast does in fact take time. Every weekend, we've got hours of highlights and game notes to go through from every game over the weekend and across the internet. And between group chats, Slacks, different kinds of docs, Jake just texted me random stuff on the side about the Jets that I don't care about. It takes a lot to coordinate all this, right? But with PDF Spaces, the New Heights team can drop files or paste text with all of our notes, links, articles, and then use the AI assistant to generate call-outs for the show when recapping all the weekly NFL games to help build out the show rundown. Acrobat Spaces gives us the ability to consolidate all the content from across the internet and lets our team pick only the best stuff to keep in the show. We can drop all of our files into one PDF space and help us come up with the best stuff for the guys to talk about. It does make being an intern a lot easier.
So if you want to be like our intern and save yourself and your team a ton of time, check out Adobe Acrobat Studio at adobe.com/do that with Acrobat.
All right, let's talk some pro ball, man. Let's talk some divisional round from last week, man. We had some great games, and our first one I wanted to get into was this Bills-Broncos game. Right now, Bills are taking some heat, man. They fired McDivitt. Josh is taking
McDermott.
Damn it.
Do it
They
again.
fired McDermott. They fired McDermott, and
This TV shit ain't easy.
dude,
That's right. Let it,
names the worst over here, the absolute worst.
it is hard.
And by the way, I have to give you flowers from the jump. You are the best at it right now, brother. My favorite to listen to. 92%ers. I don't give a shit if you think I'm biased. This man is the best calling the games right now, and I fucking love every single game that I get to listen to.
Thanks, buddy.
I love my guy Troy at ESPN. Troy and Joe Buck are phenomenal.
Yeah, they do great.
And I'm not trying to throw shade anywhere, but I will say it's pretty routinely acknowledged from players that Greg offers some of the best insight of all time calling games.
And he makes
Like, I
it
think
fun,
there's-
man. It's
I just
high
think there's
energy. It's
something-
good times, baby.
Well, it's high energy, it's good times, but there's really good insight that I think you could tell. I mean, everybody's brought this up. Like, you're the son of a coach. Like, the way you think about the game is very holistic. You're very caught up with the analytics. Like, I'm not telling you anything you know, but as a player, we all just enjoy how much you put into it, and it's apparent. And it's every time I get the chance to listen to Greg Olsen, I come away learning something as a professional player that played 13 years, which I think is just awesome.
Means a lot. I appreciate that, guys. I enjoy doing it, and coming from you guys, I know you're not biased. I know it's not. I get
Dude,
it. But,
Dude,
no, I
stop.
appreciate
Don't
it.
even, yeah.
It means a lot more coming from you guys than you know, so I appreciate that.
All right, now let's get into this Bills-Broncos game right now. The Bills are taking some heat. McDermott just got canned, and Josh Allen is getting some heat for not beating the Broncos. Thoughts on the game, Greg?
Yeah, just kind of an interesting divisional weekend, right? You had two overtime thrillers. You had one just absolute dog of the game that got away up in Seattle. And then one kind of a clunky game with the Texans, and, that game kind of got weird and whatnot. And New England played well enough, didn't necessarily play great, but, just a struggle. So it was kind of a weird weekend all around. Usually the divisional round is when it gets really fun. It kind of flipped this year. The wild card weekend was incredible. I mean, every game was down to the wire for the most part. But you brought up the Bills. I hate it for McDermott. So McDermott got hired there from Carolina. He was our coordinator. We had a lot of success with him. Brandon Beane, the general manager, he was the assistant general manager. He cut his teeth here in Carolina, and McDermott brought Brandon from us to Buffalo. So to see them kind of have to start from scratch, I love McDermott. They've been there for 9 years. A lot of those coaches are guys that I played for and worked with, so you guys know it sucks to see guys lose their job in any team, right?
Yeah.
No one roots for coaches to be fired. Players especially hate it. The one thing about the league is, change is inevitable. And, you have a guy like Josh Allen, and, here you are year after year, just getting right to the end, and they just can't get over the hump. And then I think, a lot of people saw this opportunity with you guys, Trav, not being in it for the first time in a while. I think a lot of people saw this as Josh's opportunity to all right, get over the hump, right? No Mahomes, no Burrow, no Lamar, get those premier guys out of the way, and here's your opportunity. But, as you guys well know, it's never as simple as that. I think while Josh Allen is incredible, and I'd argue he's the best player, if not he's the top 3 player on any given year in the league. But, the roster, they got holes. They had issues. You'd have given up 30 plus on defense. And certainly he made his fair share of mistakes in that last game, but their margin for error was just so small. I think the roster was okay. I don't think it was a great roster. It was elevated by a generationally talented quarterback. And ownership just realized, hey, same old story every year, and we're going to try something different. And it sucks, but it's the nature of this business.
Well said. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing with the Josh Allen, I guess, noise out there. Like, everybody's crushing him. Well, not everybody. He's getting his fair share of criticism, and rightfully so. At least 2 of the turnovers are blatant mistakes, right? They shouldn't happen. But at the same time, it's hard to criticize him because, like, the only reason that team had the season it did and got there was because of him. And, like, there was plenty of other times that had that game go their way, and Josh made a bunch of plays in it as well. So I don't know, man. It's a hard one to say because you obviously want to hold him accountable. You want to hold McDermott accountable. But, like, again, both of those guys, I don't know that either of them was the reason that they haven't accomplished it yet. You know, it feels like they've always been missing pieces here or there. That offense, you take away Josh Allen, like, they're outside of James Cook, who really stresses the defense that much, right? Like, the offensive line is great. They have a great run game, and Josh just makes tons of plays. But it's a tricky one for sure. I don't know. Where do you sit with, I guess, Josh's performance? Like, how would you go about grading that as an analyst?
Yeah. So I think what you have to be careful is just saying, like, your performance in this one given moment. Like, how did you play in the divisional round? I think there's a lot of examples. I mean, we can go back just this year, in just the last couple weeks of playoff games where, would you say Drake May had his best game in the postseason? He hasn't probably played his best, but CJ Stroud turned the ball over 15 times, it felt like, and they win, so he gets another crack at it. And Stafford certainly hasn't been as good in the postseason. He's going to be the MVP most likely. But, in the regular season, he was incredible. I had him in that wild card round. Like, they almost lost to Carolina. He made some incredible plays down the stretch, but he wasn't great that whole game to the standard that they've set.
You touched on, obviously, Drake May not playing as good as he would have hoped yet. CJ Stroud, I mean, we used to call that being in the Matrix, right? Like, you don't know what's up, what's down. Like, you are just rattled. What, if you're out there, you're a teammate, what are you saying to this guy to try and weather this? Or as a coach even, like, how do you get somebody kind of out of that and back into a rhythm?
Yeah, so I think twofold. It's a great question, right? Because watching it just as a fan, and I like CJ. He's a great kid. I've always enjoyed the time I've been around him.
Sure.
Have a lot of respect for him, and obviously super talented. To watch a guy at any position, but especially the quarterback, clearly out of sorts. And the ball coming out of his hand, the weather clearly affected him. Then it starts getting mental that every ball he threw was like a hope and a prayer. And it just kind of spiraled away on him, especially there in the first half. It just kills you. Like, you never want to see someone struggle like that. So I think in the moment, there's one way to handle it, right? There's, the coaches need to do a good job with play calling and play sequencing and giving them easy completions. As teammates, make a play for him, make a contested catch, right? Give him more time if you're pass protecting, or, we got to get open quicker and separate and give him an easy target. So I think there's things you can do on the field. Then there's the sideline interaction. Obviously you want to be positive. You want to be encouraging. You want to try to keep him going. So in the game, I think there's a lot of people, coaches, players, teammates, that can do a lot to try to unburden him, like take some of the load off of his back, because obviously he's feeling it pile on. And then I think even more importantly, like, how do they handle it now, right? So the game's over. They lost. The season's done. They have a lot of their future tied to him being their quarterback for the next 10 years. How does the organization, how does D'Amico Ryans, how does the ownership and front office, how do they handle him, right? You can't just say, hey, don't worry about it. Go on vacation. We'll see it next week. But you also can't crush him. So I think it's going to be a very delicate balance, and they're going to have to go about that in the right way, because holding a guy accountable and not crushing his spirit, who's the future, as we all know, is a very fine line. And if they don't straddle it the right way and it goes too far other end, they jeopardize a lot of their future.
It's tough, man.
Absolutely.
People are also saying it's tough as officiating a catch, because the Bills fans and really the uproar of the entire this divisional round, from what
through the ground is completed. So I get the frustration. If I was the offensive player, if I was on the Bills, I would have been fighting my ass off too. Right. But when you take a step back and you just evaluate, now we can debate whether that rule is sound. We can debate whether the catch rules are clear or not. And that's a legitimate debate that needs to be had. But as it's currently written, while the process was clunky and bad communication and poorly handled and all that taken away, it was a correct call in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Joe Burrow agreed. He said the amount of people that don't understand what a catch is in the rule book flabbergasts me. And it's not on
Joe came out of retirement. He had retweeted in 2 years.
I don't think I've seen him say anything ever. So, yeah,
all of a sudden, Joe was so fired up over going to the ground reception. It got him out of hibernation.
Listen, if you're going to watch the game, you got to know the rules. And I'm flabbergasted if you don't.
Flabbergasted. And what a great word.
I love it. I don't even care what he said to the world. I'm just glad he used the word flabbergast.
Totally.
Greg, you're the Bills GM. You know Bean. What do you think this team needs from coaching, player, all of it?
You know, it's a great question, and I was talking to a buddy about it this morning. And if I'm Brandon Bean and I'm ownership and I have the magic wand, I think there's a lot of Buffalo Bills fans right now that are saying, "Wait a minute, we just went from decades of irrelevance to 9 really good years." And again, never made it to a Super Bowl, but like we put the Buffalo Bills on the map more than they had in decades prior to McDermott getting there.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at this saying, okay, everyone wants to make change, but how often do we see change and the guy making and the new guy not being as good as the old guy, right? We're trying to replace 10 NFL coaches right now. Can we all sit here and say these 10 coaches are going to be better than the guys they replaced? Odds tell us they're not. Odds tell us it's not how it works. So
especially not the first year. Yeah.
No. Yeah. Now, the advantage you get is you get to inherit Josh Allen, who makes a little of these margins a little bit wider.
Yeah.
But if I'm them, I think I'm getting away from defense. I don't think I can sell to my fans, even if it's the right move. I don't think I can sell to fans and to ownership. We're going to replace a very successful defensive-minded coach and just replace him with another defensive-minded coach. So my gut is I think they go the offensive route. I think the pendulum swings to the other side. You know, do they just promote Joe Brady, who has a really good relationship with Josh Allen? And again, I'm speculating, but like, do they go with Joe and say, you know what, let's focus there. Let's stay consistent on the offensive side of the ball. Let's not worry about replacing that play caller over years. And then we can go out and get one of these defensive coordinators, you know, who's a former head coach, right? So you get Jonathan Gannon, you know, the Vic Fangios of the world, right? Who you get them and you just say, lock them in the room and you have the defense and we don't have to worry about it for a long time. So those guys are all over the place. Typically there's more defensive guys that are available than offensive guys at that level. So that's what I would do, right? Do they bring back Dable? Do they bring, you know, do they promote Joe Brady? I think it's going to be an offensive guy. I just think for a lot of reasons, for Josh, for getting that offensive pass game and everything organized consistently over time, and also more so than anything else, just sell it to the fan base. Yeah. I think that's a big part of this.
Well, speaking of the fan base has been floating out a guy who's been undefeated in years past. You know Brandon Bean from your time in Carolina, like Jason said. I think your name has been floated out there. Would you consider being an NFL coach?
You know, it all depends on what my future looks like on New Heights. Like if this is going to be recurring, I think if this is going to be recurring and this is something that I can't make my schedule. Apparently you guys couldn't get a hold of me for all these years. Apparently I was so hard to get a hold of that I don't want to cloudy and muddy my schedule up to not be available. So we'll talk offline about what my future looks like here with you guys. But, you know, in all seriousness, I've had coaches, never to be a head coach, but I've had head coaches, you know, text me or call me and say, hey, would you ever consider it if we had a spot? And I've always, you know, you're always flattered and you're always, you know, it's nice. I'm not sure right now now you told me I could be the head coach. That's a different story.
All right,
but, you know, now we're entering into a new world. But, you know, the idea of coaching is something I love. The idea of, as fun as TD is, and I love it, and my plan is to do this for 30 years. We'll see what you guys know, and Jason, you're going through it right now. Like, as fun as game day is in the booth and on set and in the studio, it's just different. Not like you're watching these guys prepare for the game. You're watching warm-ups. You're watching the thrill of victory, the agony of these bone-crushing losses, the locker room, the guys, the relationships, the hard times. Like, you're never going to fill that. Like, that never gets filled. What we do in TV is really close to it from like a competitive and like you're in the juice. Coaching's probably a little bit closer to the action. You're like truly living and dying because you are impacting the game. That appeals to me. I love that competitive element of it. If by some randomness I was ever considered for a job, it's something I would definitely consider, but I don't sit here right now pursuing that. It's not something I picture myself doing at any higher level than I'm doing it right now with 14-year-old kids. But I like doing the TV stuff. It keeps me involved in the game a lot, and I get my competitive coaching fix yelling at younger kids. I don't want to get in there and have to start yelling at Trav. What the hell am I going to say?
Dude, fuck,
What am I
coach
gonna
me
say?
hard, Greg. You got to coach me hard, man.
Just keep getting open and throw him the ball. Make this shit too hard. Hey, you see that guy right there? He's going to be open. Throw it to him. Deal.
Well, everybody sees how good of a coach you could possibly be. That's why we had to ask. But if there was an opportunity, I'll ask this. Among all the open head coaching jobs right now, which one is the most appealing if you are looking to be a head coach?
That's a great question. So I think right now Buffalo is very appealing because every coach wants a quarterback, right?
Yeah.
Every coach feels it's the hardest position to get. And if I have one, now I can put all of my focus everywhere else. If you inherit one of these jobs and you have to and most likely these jobs, a lot of them are open because the teams weren't very good. A lot of them, generally speaking, you're trying to find the quarterback and build your staff and build the roster and it's so hard.
Yeah.
So, you walk into Buffalo, you say, okay, that box is checked for eternity. I can put all of my time and effort into everything else. How do I shore up my defense, my O-line, whatnot. So Buffalo feels like the best job just from that standpoint alone.
Another one that's intriguing is Baltimore. Lamar is a fucking generational talent. He's a guy that and a lot of really, really fucking good players on that team. Obviously a unique set of like a unique skill set in terms of the type of offense that they've been running. But I think it's still it's going to be very interesting to see who lands there and how that team changes as well.
Yeah, that's a fascinating one. And again, you move off of, it goes back to our earlier question about, you make change because you're unhappy with the current status quo. And that's the ownership has the right to do that. You get rid of a guy like John Harbaugh. Are you convinced that you can replace him with a better coach? And maybe they do. And certainly we've seen it go both ways, but that's a tall task. That's not a given just because you make change that it's going to be changed for the better. So I agree with you. They've got some really unique pieces there on offense. Obviously, again, quarterback being checked with Lamar is a great place to start. But I'm with you, Trav. I think that's going to be fascinating to see. Do they go offense? Do they go different? Do they go back to leader of men and kind of stay in that same Harbaugh, Mike Tomlin type vibe, which both Pittsburgh and Baltimore have been for a long time?
Mm-hmm.
I'm with you. I think that's going to be very fascinating to see how ownership in the front office kind of decides to move forward there.
You got to bring in somebody with that similar toughness, man. Or I really just don't see it panning out, man. But you got to have that toughness as a coach, especially in that division with those teams.
Yeah, no doubt.
Well, if you want to be an offensive coordinator, we do have a position open in Philadelphia, Greg. We could really use your help with. We need some expertise in the building.
I love Sirianni. I actually texted him a little bit because I ran into his brother-in-law at the Miami game. So I was texting with him. We were just kind of shooting the shit a little bit. I love Sirianni. And I know he gets a lot of flack and people want to come after him. I love him. I love his energy. I love his edge. I love the way he manages the game. And I end up fighting the entire universe on behalf of him a couple weeks ago. That was a losing proposition. I don't know if you guys are familiar with social media, but
weren't those fun?
Not those worthwhile. I don't know if you guys are new to this. I think if I'm an offensive play caller, I'm doing everything in my power to get that job. I want to go call offensive plays in Philadelphia because you can do whatever you want.
Pick your poison, man.
That's a great job.
And when that O-line gets healthy too, holy shit.
That's a great job.
You want to get into this Nicky Foles situation now that we're talking a little Eagles offense?
Let's go, baby.
So Nick Foles offered up some advice. Obviously, Broncos losing Bo Nix going into the the biggest game of his career. Jared Stidham will start for the Broncos. Has not thrown a pass all season long and is in the AFC Championship against the Patriots and the Fighting Mike Vrabels, man. Nick Foles offered up some advice on social media. Note for the Broncos and their fans, I know it's been an emotional 24 hours. I feel for Bo and the team. And I'm sending prayers for a strong recovery. A positive note, though, on going into a game versus the Patriots is that they struggle against backup QBs in championship-type games.
It's an all-time tweet from Nick.
How many retweets is it up to?
That's a great question. Brandon, what are we at?
As of yesterday, it was like 20,000.
20,000?
It was at like
Just
20,000,
retweets.
I think, at one point. I thought so. I might be making that up. Hold on.
It's got to be something ridiculous.
Maybe I made that up. Hold on.
No, 23K with 17 million views and 200,000 fucking likes.
Deservedly so.
You talk about using social media with a great kind of, as a craft. That was a really well-worded, well-timed, obviously the internet loved it, and super relevant because...
Yeah. Stay positive,
shit,
boys.
Jace, you
Anything's
know,
possible.
brother. I mean, Wentz was going to be the MVP. You guys replaced potentially the MVP of the league that year and won the Super Bowl.
Tricky Nicky Foles, man.
It was wild. And I still remember Wentz went down, and I still remember you could hear a pin drop in the locker room. Like we knew his ACL was torn in the locker room after the game. We were like, dude, what is going to happen? How are we going to overcome this? We just lost our starting quarterback. And thankfully, Malcolm Jenkins was up as hey, we still got a great team, man. Nick Foles has played a lot of football here. We had all played with him under Chip, so we kind of had a lot of familiarity and confidence with Nick. And it took us a couple games. That's the one thing that Stidham doesn't have. Like we got the rest of the rest of the season and kind of warmed into that role. It's going to be interesting. I mean, Sean Payton is one of the all-time schemers, and he was in his bag this last week against the Bills. Like we had a thick six, freaking had a bootleg throwback at the end of the half. Like he was dialing them up in that game as well. So it'll be interesting to see what he kind of has suited this coming week against the Patriots. I don't really know. I want to see Stidham play well. Are you familiar with Stidham at all?
Yeah, I mean, I know him enough. You know, he came out, got drafted by the Patriots, oddly enough.
Yeah.
But again, just hasn't played a ton. Obviously hasn't thrown a pass this season. So just not a ton of experience. I do know just from talking to people around there that Sean Payton does have a lot of confidence in him. Like he views him as like a sleeper backup. But, and again, this isn't a knock on him, but what you said is exactly right. He has no runway, right? There's no like, hey, give him a couple weeks, he'll find his footing. There's no best of 7 series. He doesn't get to come back on Monday and play again. Like this is it. And you're playing against, one of the top teams in the league, arguably the best story in football, and Drake, who's going to be up for, in the running with Stafford and MVP. So tall task. You get it at home, which is certainly helpful. And, but yeah, it's a tough, just could you imagine, you went through it, but could you imagine you just win an overtime football game in the playoffs to go to the AFC Championship? And you're walking off, you're loving life, your quarterback's doing a press conference, sideline hit, all this, and you walk into the locker room, and I don't even think 30 minutes had passed before Sean Payton broke the news in the press conference. Not only that he broke his ankle, that he was done for the season. Like,
he's out.
He didn't say we're going to reevaluate tomorrow. Like, typically, he's done.
Yeah.
Could you imagine the mixed emotions? It's everything you said you went through with Wentz to Foles, but 6 days before the NFC Championship. In this case, the AFC Championship. Like, I cannot imagine what their day was like the next day, waking up and having to piece it together.
Right. Absolutely. It was wild.
Stidham has some live bullets, though. Like, he's played some ball in the National Football League, so I don't think he comes in there with just absolutely, no confidence. Obviously, he's got a great team around him. He's got Sean Payton dialing those things up for him. I think it'll actually be better than what people are assuming. Obviously, Bo Nix is an unbelievable talent. What he can do with his feet, his arms outside of the pocket, he's more of a gamer. And in the fourth quarter, he does have that ability to just make the fucking crazy ass play or make the big play, the game changing play. And Stidham definitely is going to have to come in and show us that he's ready for that moment. But I think it's going to be closer and just a better game than kind of how it feels knowing that one of the best players in the league isn't going to be playing.
Who do we think is going to take the NFC? Let's switch conferences. We had one amazing game in the Rams versus the Bears, and then one just complete blowout with Seattle. How do you see that shaking out? Because Seattle just looks like unbeatable on defense. The way they swarm to the ball, they're good at every level. It's absurd.
Yeah, Seattle's defense is incredible. And, I'd say probably the back half of the season, I was fortunate to have a couple Seattle games, couple Rams games, had the Rams first round of the playoffs. So like I had enough time kind of taking them in and kind of getting a picture of what they look like. And I thought going into the playoffs, the Rams and the Seahawks were the best two teams in either side, in either the AFC or the NFC side of the playoffs. I think they were the most balanced. I think they had the quarterback play, the offense's ability to score points, and then obviously being very good on defense. That Seattle defense, to me, is how every defense in the league would want to be created, right? They're little. They manage the game up front. They're going to play with 5 or 6 DBs the entire game. They've got a lot of like positionless hybrid type second and third level players. They keep a lid on it. They play fast. They play in space. But then you still can't run the ball. Like you're saying, oh, we got all these light boxes and they're in nickel, they're in dime. We're just going to beat them up. And you can't gain a yard. They're really physical up front. They've got good run and chase players at the second level. And I think Mike McDonald's is the defensive equivalent of like McVay on offense. So
yeah,
I think Seattle's probably the most well-rounded team in the league. I felt that way kind of down the stretch. I feel even more so about that going into this weekend's game. I love McVay. I think McVay is very unique. I think he's incredible. Stafford's probably going to be the MVP. Of all the NFC matchups, it's probably the best matchup. If you could have picked before the playoffs, like, all right, who do we want playing in Seattle?
100%, yeah.
I think the last time they played, it was damn fireworks. It was incredible. So that's the game I'm most looking forward to. And I think it's clearly the best two teams for sure in the NFC. But if not, I think in a lot of ways they're the best two teams in the entire playoffs.
I'm right there
Absolutely.
with you. Obviously, Seattle, we just talked about that defense, how they fly around, the energy that team plays with.
yeah.
It feels like they got a lot of young guys that just love to fucking play ball, and they have this camaraderie. And those teams with the juice, man, it just feels like those teams find ways to win at the end. And it goes back to what you were saying, how the Rams and Seahawks played their last game was a fucking insane, crazy ending to the game. And you could just see it was like stars were coming out of both of this Seattle team of like when they made plays. AJ Barner, our tight end, our fellow tight end in over there in Seattle, man. One of my favorite guys, a young guy, a swag champ kind of guy that just come out, kind of like brings everyone together. They have guys like that on the offensive side, defensive side, and I just think that team right now is going to be so fucking difficult to beat, especially when you got Walker running for how aggressive and hitting the second level with speed, man. That's going to be a fucking tough team to beat. And the Rams snuck by the Bears, dude. That game was a fun game to watch. An old Soldier Field, baby. A familiar place that you know, Greg. And when that place is fucking rocking, man, it is a different type of energy, man. I got to see one of Jason's games, the double doink, man. Shout out to Nags, love Nags. But I got to see the double doink when Jason was playing over there in Chicago. And it's a different type of atmosphere when the Bears are fucking in it, man. When the Bears have a fucking chance, and right now they have one of the best and most exciting quarterbacks in the league, young, and you're starting to see these unbelievable plays kind of unfold. His ability to make this magic that he had in college is starting to get comfortable in the NFL, and he's starting to make ththese crazy plays. That fourth down and forever. Throwing it to our guy Cole Kmet, man. Shout out to tight ends everywhere right now making plays. Cole Kmet, man, that was one of the craziest fucking plays I've ever seen in my life, and I still get chills watching all the different camera angles from the stands. And I'm just happy for Chicago to finally get something that they can go out there and fucking cheer for, man.
I'm not sure if there's a cooler city in the country as when their team is good than Chicago. And I was fortunate. I got there when I got drafted there, it was on right off their Super Bowl loss. They lost to Indianapolis. A couple months later, I got drafted there. It took us a couple years. We didn't make the playoffs. And my fourth year, we made the playoffs. We ended up hosting the Packers in the NFC Championship game. It turned out to be my last game. I got traded that next offseason to Carolina, but man, I got to see it firsthand. You know, it's snowing, the crowd, the city, the stadium is in the heart of the city, which is very unique. And, you know, you don't see that a lot anymore with where they're built. It's a city that just loves their sports. They love the Bears. They've had a history of all, you know, between the Cubs and the White Sox and the Bulls and the Blackhawks. They've had a lot of success, but man, they want the Bears to win again. It is a Bears city, and football rules is right. So it was cool. I mean, watching that game in the snow, Caleb backpedaling, throwing a 17-yard pass, 50 yards in the air. it felt like that ball was in the air for 3 days. And when you threw it, everyone was like, oh my God, that's what the end of the season came down to. It was like a punt. And then sure as shit, Cole Kmet's wide open.
Right in the old breadbasket.
Man, I thought they were going to go for 2. Ben Johnson had been so aggressive in the playoffs, going for it on 4th down, did it against Green Bay in the wild card round, going for it on 4th, continuing to push the envelope, and then had a chance there. I thought he was going to go for 2, elected to go to overtime, and with these new overtime rules, and you can debate how you handle it, but man, that was a heartbreaking way for Chicago's season. But the Rams have won both games that way. I was there in Carolina calling that game when it looked like Carolina took the lead with 2 minutes, and they looked like they were going to win. And Stafford makes plays, and McVay pulls plays out of his ass and puts it all together when they have to. He's so talented and so unique. But man, tight ends, but you're right, tight ends all over the world. There's a lot going on here. Tight ends galore. What the Rams are doing with their dudes, it's a fun time to be an NFL fan. It's a fun time to just sit back as just a casual observer and just take in exciting. I wouldn't say good football. There's a lot of bad football going on, but man, it is fun football. And these last couple weeks of the playoffs have been awesome.
Get me fired up for this round, baby. Let's fucking go. Yeah, so we got Rams, Seahawks. We talked about it a little bit, but it just feels like that's going to be the game that the team that goes on is going to win the Super Bowl, man. It just feels like both those teams, the Rams having that veteran presence that we've done it before. We've got the guys. And then the Seahawks of like this new magic and Sam Darnold playing his tail off and the run game and the excitement and the juice. It just feels like right now the NFC is cooking, man.
That's kind of how I view it. And I think it does run. And then obviously it complicates things now with Denver's chances and all the stuff we've talked about. So fascinating Final Four. Maybe not the Final Four everyone would have imagined for sure when the season started. But maybe not even down the last couple of weeks. So that's what makes the NFL king. And one game series, man, are so challenging. And, you guys have been on the good and the bad. I've been on more of the bad than the good come postseason. But those one game series, man, they'll get you.
They will, man. It's what makes football the fucking best, baby. A little championship weekend.
Thank you to our partner, Expedia.
When we travel, we like to keep things simple.
And Expedia is an all-in-one travel shop when planning trips. That's right. Flights, hotels, vacation rentals, cars, all the activities. It's right there.
Come on now. Maybe Expedia is the only way you need to travel. It handles everything that you need in terms of entertainment, fun, travel, stay. I mean, you name it, man. It's got it all covered. And when you're doing big family trips or trips with the fellas or the ladies, it gets complicated fast. I mean, different people, different schedules, different opinions.
With Expedia, you can book however you want, lock everything in all at once, or book it piece by piece. Flights first, then the house, then the cars.
That way you can wait to figure out who's actually coming and still know you're saving.
That last part is important. Very important.
Yes, and when you bundle Expedia, you can save up to 30%. That's right. That's insane amount of percentage right there. When you're booking for a whole crew, that really adds up.
Yeah, it just makes sense. One place, everything you need. No bouncing between apps. All right there.
Expedia, the one place you go to go places.
Thank you to our partner, Raising Cane's.
Raising Cane's. I'll tell you what, man, back in the day, and when I say back in the day, just like a decade ago when I was in college, when I used to drive to Ohio State or around Columbus, I would go through the Columbus drive-through at Raising Cane's every single time.
It's dedication, Trev. And it makes sense because that cane sauce is unmatched. And don't even get me started on that Texas toast.
All right now.
Yeah, and now they have over 900 restaurants, so you no longer have to make the long drive over to Columbus.
Damn straight I do not. It's right down the street. Jason, what's your go-to order at Cane's?
Chicken fingers.
I love it, man. That's my favorite order too, Jason. But we got to give a shout out to the owner and founder, Todd Graves, man. Such a good dude.
Don't wait another day to try the best chicken fingers in the game. Raising Cane's is waiting for you. Thank you to our sponsor, Allstate.
Checking Allstate first could save you hundreds on car insurance. That's smart. Not checking the car lights are off before heading in for the night. Not smart. This is going to hurt in the morning.
Yeah, nothing says good morning like a dead battery.
Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Potential savings vary subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate North American Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
All right now.
All right, well, that wraps up bold topics. Let's get into our last segment, Greg. We appreciate you, your time and all the fun and all the great insights you always have. But let's get to this last segment, which is we got to ask, but you don't got to fucking answer. You can tell us fuck off if you want, but we'll shoot you with some of our best questions yet, man. Everyone's seen the viral photo of you at the McCaffrey wedding. Our intern is getting married, hopefully sometime soon. Do you have any advice for him and him alone on the 5 must-haves at a good wedding? Because it looks like you are a pro at weddings.
Number one's me. I mean, let's just be honest. I just want to be clear here for anyone, for Jason, for anyone potentially getting married. There's a lot of people saying it. I don't say it, but there's a lot of people saying it. Like, if you want it to be memorable and you want there to be great energy and great camaraderie and fellowship and moments, like, I'm at the top of the list.
Send the invite, Trav. Send the invite, Trav.
No, listen, there's no, we don't do pity invites. There's no pressure. We don't do pity invites. Listen, you want guys that bring it and have a lot of fun and can dance with grandma or the bride or the bridesmaid or we're very, very, it's like the tight end position. We're very multiple. We're very versatile. A lot of different music. We can go Journey. We can go Rihanna. we can do a lot of different things. We can karaoke if it gets crazy. Had a lot of fun at McCaffrey's wedding, as you saw.
As you can see, yeah. A lot of good dudes there.
Oh, all time. We had a blast. It was like a reunion. All right, so 5 must-haves at a wedding from the guy's perspective, from the groom's perspective.
Yes.
Yeah, so music runs the show. So I would say, number 1, don't go too long on the ceremony.
There you go.
Like, you got to do the ceremony and you got to have your moment and your love, but like, don't. Right, everyone's really excited to get to the cocktail hour.
Yep, everyone's excited.
Don't lose the energy.
Yeah, so let's find the balance between like honoring each other and getting this thing started off the right way, but also realizing why everybody came. So let's not go too long on the ceremony. Number 2, like cocktail hour's got to be incredible. While bride and groom, while you guys are off taking pictures and doing your thing, like, we need to have great cocktails. We need to have great finger foods. Everyone's hungry, right? I want a little sushi. I want a little shrimp cocktail.
Nice.
I want like really good little like finger crab cakes. I think cocktail hour really sets the tone. The music, I think, can go either way. I've seen great like big bands that can play anything, multiple different singers, and it's awesome. DJs can also work great. Music is critical. You got to keep people out there. You got to keep people engaged on the dance floor. I don't even know how many things I just gave. Was that 3?
That's 4. Give us one more.
That's 4. All right, so one more. Yeah, and this sounds cheesy, but like, you just got to have your people there, right? Like, you got to have your people that you want to share this moment with, because you're going to wake up the next morning for breakfast and meet your family and friends, and you're going to reminisce. It's like college, right? You wake up after the night before. The best part was talking about the night before and rehashing all the moments and all that. So you want to make sure you have your people there that mean a lot to you, that you want to share hopefully the best day of your life with, and be able to live. Oh, and film it. I regret not filming my wedding. We did a photographer, no videographer. And I regret it. I would love to be able to show my kids, my wife and I's wedding. We only have photos. Big regret. So I'm actually going to move that. Like, besides me, I'm going to move that like way up the list. Way up the list. Get that shit on video.
There we go. Take notes, Brandon. All right. Who is the more eccentric quarterback? Jay Cutler or Cam Newton?
Oh, wow. That's a great question. So my understanding of what that word, of what like eccentric means, I'd say Cam.
Yeah.
Jay wasn't necessarily eccentric as much as he was just Jay, right? Like, Jay had and the one thing about Jay is he was pretty consistent. Like, you knew what you were going to get. He was a good teammate. He worked hard. He was tough. I always had a great relationship with Jay. Not everyone did. He wasn't for everyone. The personality, there was a little abrasive. Me and Jay always had a great relationship. He was always great to me and my family. We had a lot of good moments together in our short time, the couple years that we played before I got traded. So I have nothing but good things to say about Jay in a lot of ways. Cam was Cam. I mean, you see it now, right? You turn on First Take and he's got the gear and the hats. And he's always had his little flair from the time he got drafted, right? It started with the little, he had like a little, like, I don't know if it was it was like a tail of some sort. Like he would hang out. What was it?
It was a foxtail.
Like a rabbit's foot. A foxtail.
Foxtail.
So you cool guys. Yeah, I can't wear foxtails. I'll tell you what, Trav, you could probably get away. Like there's very few guys that can wear what Cam wears. I think Trav, to a degree, like
he can pull it off.
People would look at me and be like, that guy's a douchebag. I think people would look at Trav
no way,
and be like, that dude's fucking cool. Like I want to hang with that guy. So,
that's right.
But no, Cam.
Dude, if Cam's coming out with a line of the top hats and the suits and the scarf, if he's coming out with a line, I'm fucking getting.
I need one of the hats.
50% of that.
He should sign Newton hat for
easily.
Sure.
Easily.
All right, so I actually own like 4. They're called Mashika. Free plug. Not a part of it.
Nice.
Okay, Mashika. All right.
So Cam bought so many of the hats that he ended up like either buying the company or investing in the company. I don't know the exact specifics. Yeah, so I actually have a few. Some were gifted to me. One at Cam's Super Bowl party years ago in Atlanta.
That's dope.
Epic.
There's a confident element to that. Answer your question, Cam, and I mean that in like the most loving and endearing way because I've been very consistent in my messaging about Cam's impact on my career and our relationship and friendship. Like I love Cam for who he is.
Yeah.
And but he is who he is.
Nice. Well, using a former teammate, fill in the blank. People forget that blank was a problem.
Oh man. That's a great question, right?
Could be college, could be NFL.
Man, that's a great, I think back to, in college in the NFL, I think of like a guy like Devin Hester, but I don't think people forgot that he's amazing. You know who I'm going to say? Because I saw him last night and I think he's a perfect answer for this is Frank Gore.
Nice.
I think
very good answer.
Dog.
Will Frank be in the Hall of Fame? Maybe. I don't know. But I'll tell you what. Anyone who's watched football, studied football, knows anything about football, he would be on a very short list of guys that probably has universal respect from every player, teammate, coach who's ever seen him. And I got to spend some time with him last night at the Miami game. And he was a teammate of mine for a couple of years in college. So I'm going to go with Frank because some of the other stars that I've played with, Cam and Luke Kuechly and Steve Smith and Devin Hester and Brian Urlacher and Julius Peppers and these Hall of Fame guys that I played with, I don't know, like people remember them. I don't think people appreciate how amazing Frank was. And so he's my answer.
It's a great answer. I will say people definitely don't appreciate how much of a physical freaking specimen Julius Peppers is though. And his voice, like this dude, the way, like Julius Peppers, like it was like, what in this, like the Predator is just on the field playing a football game right now. Like this is ridiculous.
No, but you know that meme online where like people say like for every like, and they like slowly make the guy's head bigger or like every time I saw Julius Peppers, he grew 3 inches.
It was insane.
Like I saw him early in my career when he was in Carolina and I was like, oh my God, this guy, he's like 6'5", he's a freak. And then I played with him in Chicago and it felt like he was 6'7". And then I played with him again. He came back to Carolina and I feel like he was 7 feet tall. Like every time I saw him, the biggest guy in the world got bigger.
Yeah. How is it possible?
Insane.
He's insane.
All right. Very important next question. It's Girl Scout cookie season officially.
Oh.
Top 3, go.
Thin Mint.
Love it.
Thin Mint.
Thin Mint.
Just off there.
I'm hammering
clean
Thin
sweep
Mints.
of Thin Mints.
Yeah, I'm hammering. Like I'm not even opening. I mean, if you give me any of the, what's the like the real pop, the real like famous original one. It's like the cracker, like the white.
I know what you're talking about.
Box,
yeah.
I don't know.
It's like the traditional, like safe one people would like dip in their
like the vanilla one. It's
the sugar.
yeah,
cookie,
like
Yeah,
it's like a
basically.
vanilla cookie. Yeah, whatever that is called. I mean, if there's a box there, I'll eat the whole box. I'm not saying I'm too good for it, but I'm picking Thin Mint like 1,000 out of 1,000.
Thin Mint is great, but there's something weird. Have you noticed that there's like there's like 2 different Thin Mints depending on which Girl Scout area you're in? Maybe
No.
I'm too neat. Maybe I'm
You're
too deep in the
deep.
weeds.
You're
I'm too
deep in it.
the weeds on Girl Scout cookies.
There's like an Illuminati apparently of
Well,
Girl Scouts.
There's the one Thin Mint that almost has like a softer mint in the middle of it, where it's like a
Interesting.
but then there's the other one that's like a harder one. I like the hard one. Like, I don't know which one you're on.
I don't. To be honest with you, I'm not sure if
Can't
I even
tell
know the difference.
All right. Never mind
But
then.
all I know is the whole sleeve is gone.
Is in your mouth.
It's gone.
Yeah.
It's gone.
Yeah, we were tagalongs, Thin Mints, and then what was the coconut one?
It was
They
like a
used to call them
caramel.
Samoas.
It was a Camaro. It was
then
a caramel like drizzle on top, dude. I'm not gonna lie, those things are cracked. Those things got me hooked right now.
They called them Samoas, but then I think
am
the Samoas got canceled.
Caramel
They called it
Delights.
something different.
Caramel
Yeah.
delights.
Yeah, there we go.
I'll eat them all. I'm not too good for a cookie.
Yeah, I
I'll
hear
eat
you,
them
dude.
all.
I hear you, dude. Give me a glass of milk. Let's cook.
Oh,
Oh man,
Be honest, as the guy who called Super Bowl 57, how sick of the Kelsey family were you on game day?
let me say this. That was a really cool week. As a guy who like has two brothers and grew up with them and like played together, fought with them, fought against each other, all that. Like we got to sit down and do, I don't know if you guys remember, we sat down and did that
Yeah,
cool
of course.
piece for the pregame
Fucking
show.
Hell yes.
That was awesome, even though you guys made me late because you were filming this. But it's fine. It was worth it. That's when you first told me you were going to have me on the show. And that was like 3 years ago, but it's fine. Apparently I changed my number. It's the same place that my invite is. But anyway, no, man, I thought it was so cool. Like, in all seriousness, like seeing you guys have all of that culminate to play each other, be so willing to like openly and share it with the world, share it with me, which was cool. And then like your parents and your mom and your families, like it's been cool to watch you guys have like your separate deal and then like over time bring you together and have like that moment. I think watching like Jason watching after the game, the emotions of like, yeah, my brother won, but everyone who has a brother, anyone who has a sibling for that matter, knows the feeling of like, I want what's best for me, but if I don't get it, I'd rather you get it.
right.
Right. So like there's this weird, so like watching all of that
100%.
play out on the world stage that week, like I thought it was awesome, man. And I think the way you guys have handled all of it and your relationship and your families, and you have the second biggest podcast in the family, which is cool. I think is pretty, awesome. So no, if I was sick of the Kelceys, I wouldn't be sitting here for the last, I don't even know how long.
Touche.
You're the best.
All right. What's the worst game you've ever called?
Wow. I've called some clunkers.
Oh man.
I'm trying to remember off the top of my head. I called a really bad game this year. What was it? Oh, it was towards the end of the season. Oh, Minnesota. I want to say Minnesota went to Seattle.
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah.
JJ McCarthy got hurt the week before. So they started the rookie Brosmer. And again, I'm not knocking the kid because a lot of guys have looked bad going to Seattle. And I can't recall exactly off the top of my head, but I want to say Minnesota had like,
the golf outing. Golf is like kind of my secondary thing right now. I'm getting good.
Wow. It was all scheduled at the same time of tight end U, but
Yeah. How was it?
it was fantastic. It was the hottest day in in Philadelphia. It was actually, if it would have broken 100, it'd been the 8th time this millennia that it was over 100.
Golf in heat is tough, man.
Might be one of the reasons I lost to Bo, if I'm being honest, because I sweat so much and dehydrated myself so much.
Don't-
And a lot of the DEXA scan
don't.
comes down to how hydrated you are. And I had it done the next day. Just gonna throw it out there.
Don't do that.
Just being honest.
Don't do that. How'd you play?
I played terrible. I mean, legitimately atrocious. I don't know what it is. My swing has been messing me. It's better. Like when you watch the swing, it's better, but I'm just not playing as well. I don't know what it is.
Be an athlete out there.
Overall, outside of that, it was a freaking amazing event.
Nice.
Kingsford was a major sponsor. They donated a bunch of money to put it on. Jess Pryles came
Okay.
and cooked, I
Okay,
think
Jay Prowse.
over like 50 tomahawk steaks. I was told from multiple
Fucking love
people.
tomahawk steak.
I was told from multiple people it was the best food they have ever had at a golf outing. There was a Esposito, like pork, I think was the name of the pork guys. I don't know. The food was just incredible though. Jess, Kingsford, the entire team, everyone there killed it. I think Rolling Green, the course that it was at, they all did an outstanding job. And overall, we grossly raised, I don't know how much minus expenses, I don't know how to balance a budget sheet, but we raised over $400,000 for the B Philly Foundation.
Oh, shit.
Dude, we killed it.
Dude,
we killed it.
That's a week of fucking foundation like raising right there.
I mean, through the B Philly event, which raised over $400,000 plus for the for my foundation, B Philly, that supports inner city kids, education, and other foundations that are doing good work with kids and families in Philadelphia. And then also with the Eagles Autism Foundation events down at the shore. I think altogether in 1 week, we were able to raise $1.5 million roughly for charities.
God damn, that's awesome, man.
And it's all possible because of outstanding people that came to support, multiple companies that sponsored these events, tons of people buying the foursomes. We got Jerome Bettis, freaking won. Jerome Bettis, dude.
I got to see him out of Tahoe, see what that swing's looking like, man.
Dude, having the bus at the event, CC Sabathia.
CC.
CC was there. It was like all of my like childhood
legends,
heroes.
dude.
Yeah,
Hell
some
yeah.
legends from growing up, and it was an awesome event. A lot of people showed up and braved the elements. It was pretty ridiculous. Also had a trick shot artist, Dan Beaver. We're gonna have that video coming up soon, but dude hit a drone midair, like off a tee, and not like on accident. Was aiming at it.
Sign him up.
Outing was a lot of fun. Shout out to Rolling Green, Kingsford, all of our sponsors. Shout out to Dan Beaver.
Dude, and shout out to the Philadelphia fan base, man. Everybody out there in Philly, man. You guys are, helping a great cause, both at the shore and in at the golf outing.
That's right.
That's awesome, man.
All righty. That's it for Out of the House, brought to you by American Express. Let's get to our convo with the one, the only, Mr. Brad Pitt. Thank you to our sponsor, Allstate.
Some people just know they could save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first.
Like to check if your laptop's charged before heading into a big meeting.
Ooh, that's a big one. Like to check if you have wristbands before you drive 2 hours to that summer music festival.
Like to check if you've got your Speedo packed before going to the Jersey Shore.
You gotta make sure you have that thing in there, especially if you're not gaining muscle, Jason.
Like to check if you've got your kayak paddles first before heading out for a day on the lake.
Checking first is smart, so check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Savings vary, subject to terms and conditions availability. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois. All righty, basketball fans, the WNBA season is in full swing and July is packed with must-watch matchups. There's no better time to jump in with our partners at DraftKings Sportsbook. New customers who bet just $5 get $150 in bonus bets instantly. That's right. From clutch performances to rising stars making noise, the energy on the court is unreal right now. Honestly, the NBA could take a couple notes. I like when people are fighting and arguing and are passionate, and the WNBA has this right now. There's a lot of energy. Whether you're backing your favorite team or following a rising talent, don't miss a minute. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and sign up using promo code New Heights. The crown is yours. Stay in on the action and use your $150 in bonus bets on DraftKings same-game parlays for a shot at an even bigger payout. Combine multiple bets together from the same game. Enjoy the thrill of live betting. DraftKings has got you covered. Bet live on in-game progress right as they happen. If sports betting is not yet available in your state, don't worry. You can still join in on all the fun on DraftKings Pick 6 and have a shot to win cash prizes. Download the DraftKings Sports app now. New customers use promo codes New Heights and bet just $5 on any wager and get $150 in bonus bets instantly. That's promo code New Heights only at DraftKings Sportsbook.
Whoa! Let's go!
Brothers Kelce.
What's up?
Let's go, man.
Fantastic.
This is awesome.
Looking smooth as hell, man. How's the ride been, man?
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
I had one this week that was just like, had my ass puckered, my friend.
No.
Ask me if I hit 200 miles an hour.
Did you hit 200 miles an hour?
No.
No.
197.
Oh my gosh.
3 short. That's like if I just braked a quarter of a second later.
Yeah. That's amazing.
That's actually, that's fucking flying though.
How are we, man? This is cool for me.
Dude, cannot thank you enough.
This is awesome.
Cannot
thank you so much
enough, dude. This is so badass, and I know you're doing a million things right now trying to promote this thing, so we appreciate you, brother.
Yeah, thanks. Sorry I was late. I couldn't get my shit together this morning. What time is it there? You guys got up early.
Yeah,
we're rolling on your time, dude.
They were like, you can get Brad Pitt. Like, I mean, whatever we got to do to make this happen. Come on, let's go, please.
Thank you, fellas. Where are we going?
I'm going to do the intro, and we'll get going. Everybody good?
I thought that was the intro.
Already, our guest today is a Hollywood legend. He's got 2 Academy Awards, 2 British Academy Film Awards, 2 Golden Globe Awards, and a Primetime Emmy Award. He's a 2-time winner of People's Sexiest Man. He's robbed probably about 50 times. He's movies have grossed over 8.8 billion worldwide. Please welcome the star of Fight Club, Moneyball, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Inglourious Basterds, Ocean's 11, now F1 the movie. We got him, Brad Pitt. That's right, baby.
Woo! Thank you so much. What a pleasure.
Oh my gosh, this is awesome. This is awesome. How did we get you here, Brad? I don't know how this happens. This is the biggest, probably A-list celebrity we've ever gotten. I don't know how'd we get here.
You got up damn early. That's how. By the way, I'm fans of you guys, so this is a treat for me.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us. Let's kick it off with F1. I know we just watched the movie. Man, this thing is electric. And I got to say, I'm going to be honest, straight up out front, I'm not the biggest F1 fan. Travis owns an F1 team. Yeah, this will make you fucking hype about F1. Just racing in general. This is an electric movie. Man. Yeah.
Well, you get a badass dude that and to come in and just create that team chemistry. A lot of people may see F1 from the outside as just the driver and his car and everything like that, man. But you make it a whole family experience, like that team camaraderie experience, man. And your character's absolutely badass. So it's definitely a movie for everybody, man. It reels you in, dude.
Yeah, it's a team of like 500 people. I mean, they got a whole NASA space control back at headquarters who are even running strategies in live time while the race is going. It is definitely a team sport. You bought into Alpine, right?
Yeah, I'm in Alpine, baby. I'm in Alpine right now.
You guys got some work ahead of you.
Yeah, you already know. We just got to get that wind tunnel. You know what I mean? We got to get all our cars' aerodynamics together, man.
I like it, man. I like it.
That's the cool thing about the movie is that it gives you a cool like view into the F1 world that you really don't see from the outside. Like people don't really understand how many tires you get and how much time you get in the wind tunnel, and you get to like, I don't know, manipulate the car so that you get like 1/10 of a second faster. You know, it's so fascinating once you get into it.
Yes, and we were only skipping along the surface. The like I said, the strategies these guys go through, the development of these cars, the adjustments of camber of tires and front wing by millimeters and back. It's a science that is so far beyond me. But the movie, I think, does a great job of still talking intelligent enough to hardcore F1 fans, and they are hardcore like us with football.
Yes, like
around the globe, they are. It's a religion. But it's still very inviting to people who are not familiar with the sport. So I think that's our biggest achievement here, besides being just great fun.
For sure. That was one of the things I was going to say. It has just enough of like the technical side that a dumbass like me who knows nothing can kind of follow. I'm kind of getting this here. All right, this is cool. I also just love the Hayes' whole like vibe. Like with F1, I always think of it in this world of almost elite racing status. This is the best of the best, but it's got this high class level to it. And Hayes comes in here. He's driving in a freaking van. He was serving time as a taxi cab driver.
You spoke volumes to Jason Kelce.
You spoke to me. This is what I want to see. I want to see a guy go in there. Yeah, I want someone living out of their van to go into F1. That's what I need.
This dude, Jason, was literally the first 5 years of his career in Philadelphia was considering buying a boat and just living on the dock in the Delaware.
That's right. Kylie nixed that.
I had this romantic idea when I first started. I was going to drive, 18-wheelers. I was going to drive them half the year and stick to my roots.
Yes.
and like get into film the other half. And well, we know what won out.
You never got in the 18-wheelers?
No, that long haul was a lot more work than I
thought. Yeah. Have you always been into cars? Like, are you just a car guy?
I've always been into bikes. I mean,
Bikes.
I do have in my DNA that that redneck gene that like motorbikes and barbecues, and we would ride anything we could ride. We would get on it. So wheels were always a thing. But later in life, I really got into bikes, and MotoGP I'm a fanatic for decades, since the McDoing days. But now there just weren't enough races. So now then I got into F1, around the Vettel era, probably into Lewis. And now I'm into Indy, and there's still not enough races. So I got to get into NASCAR.
There you go. Yeah. Well, that's where the barbecue vibe is. You want to get back to those redneck roots. There's plenty of that in the NASCAR world.
Someone pointed out, it was really interesting. It's never occurred to me, but NASCAR, our love for NASCAR comes from our history with bootlegging.
That's right.
And outrunning the cops. That's pretty badass.
That's one of the coolest things I like about NASCAR is the history of that. And like all of the old legends were bootleggers. Like that's how the whole sports originated. And that's who doesn't love running from the cops? That's one of our our greatest pastimes, running from the police.
One where it's so elegant and proper, and NASCAR, they'll scrap it out. They'll get down and dirty.
Oh yeah, they'll still throw some bows.
That's right. Man. Good fun.
One of the other things with the movie is you're an old grizzled veteran, right? You've been around, and there's so much, I'm sure with Travis and I, honestly with football, where all these young guys come in, they're on their phones or on the apps, and like the landscape has changed even just in that, 13 years that we've been in. I don't know. It was just very relatable for us watching that as a veteran football player. For you, was it easy to tag into that, being an actor and seeing like how the whole world has changed with movies? Like, was there some type of relatability there for you just in terms of that?
Yeah, I mean, at first I had to suck up a lot of old man jokes. It was fair enough. Idris, that charming motherfucker. Yeah, no, it's I like watching what the new generations sell out. You didn't sell out. You didn't sell out. And now it's this thing of hey man, we can be artists in many different arenas. So let's do it and let's enjoy it.
Absolutely.
But this idea, they also get caught up in like have to have a franchise, or have to have a superhero or something like that, which I keep going, don't. They will die.
They will work you to death.
Yes.
That's awesome.
In terms of your training for F1, has getting like an understanding of the car and everything like that, and relating it to all the movies that you've done in the past in terms of like the fighting stuff and like just getting ready and understanding, I don't know, your role. How was this like different from movies like Fight Club or anything you've done in the past?
Dude, well, Fight Club, we were just like riffing, we weren't supposed to be like have any idea. We knew what we're doing, which fit me and Edward just fine.
That's amazing.
But this one, oh man, I mean, we got in the cars 4 months before. By the end of it all, we'd been driving these cars for 2 years. I think they said we put 6,000 miles in the seat.
Holy shit.
These things, it is shocking what these cars can do. It is shocking. And ours, I've been in an F1 a couple of times now, but ours is a chopped F2 made with a Mercedes Aero pack. It's made to look like F1. And we're still, what my point is, we're not even pulling the G's. Those guys are pulling. And it is harrowing. You cannot believe what these cars can do. You cannot believe the first time you get in it that you can be barreling down at 180 at a brick wall and hit the brakes at the 80-yard marker and make a right turn, slow down to 50. It's like, it's shocking.
Holy crap.
It's shocking. You go around these high-speed corners and they tell you, you just can't believe they'll stick. You feel like you're going to go rolling off into the ethers, and they stick. And you're in this, it's just the most sublime feeling I've ever felt. Ever. These guys
that's crazy.
Like 140 miles an hour, and it's unbelievable. They just wants to rip your head off your shoulders, and somehow you just hang on. The whole mantra was just trust the car, trust the car, trust the car. And little by little, by the end of it, we got proficient.
Yeah, those are some of my favorite shots when you're freaking barreling down at something and you're like basically playing chicken with your self. You're like, oh man, how long can I hold this off? How long can I hold this off?
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
Like I said,
did you have somebody in the F1 world? Go ahead.
Yeah, we had. I mean, F1 opened the doors for us. It was really getting. Joe Kaczynski, our director, was really smart. His first thing when he had this idea was to go get Lewis Hamilton.
Yeah,
and Lewis as producer,
Sir Lewis, man, that man's knowledge is.
Yeah,
I have yet to see the end of that man's knowledge. He opened the door for us to get us in.
It's crazy.
F1 was really gracious with us. All the teams, the team principals, all the drivers. We would go in and talk to the drivers' meetings, tell them, what we aim to do. I mean, it's audacious. It's unprecedented. You're going to take actors, put them in real cars on real tracks, and embed us through the race calendar.
Yeah,
of F1.
yeah.
Like we couldn't do it with football. There's just no way to do it. Like on any Sunday, they had to make up an imaginary team. But we couldn't embed themselves with you guys.
Yeah.
It's like, it's crazy. The first time we went driving out in front on a race weekend, on quality weekend, we have it all rehearsed. Everything's got to go right. We got to prove it that we don't cock up the system so we can continue to do this. And I go out in front of 100,000 people and my comms go down and I'm driving blind. Driving deaf.
Oh my gosh.
And somehow we got through that. And then we have our first thing on the grid. All the cars getting ready to take off for their formation lap. We got 10 minutes to do our scene. We do our scene, and our cars are supposed to take off, and one dies. And then guys scrambling to get
Oh, my gosh.
Guys come out, run it off the track by the time Max Verstappen is coming back around to get ready for the race starts. So we had our moment.
No way.
It worked. It worked in the end.
Yeah, that's crazy.
God damn, that's insane.
Let me ask you this. You've done a racing movie now. You've done baseball. The scenes in this are so well shot, and it's just a very cinematic movie. It's just really well done. What is the most cinematic sport? Well, if you could do do you want to do other sport movies? Are you happy with baseball and racing and that's it?
I love a sports movie. When they work, God, they just, give you it's the greatest. It's the greatest.
Yes, absolutely.
I look back at Gene Hackman and Hoosiers and Redford and The Natural. You get that. There's even something more. Like sports, for me, like even one game is an entire lifetime. And you see, we watch you guys, we watch your fate, we watch how you deal with adversity, how you amazing metaphor for a lifetime. And when we get it right in sports movies, and I felt like we really got it right in Moneyball in a lovely, beautiful way to add to that lexicon. And I think this one does too on a really big level, because the racing it's probably the most visceral racing experience you'll ever have. But like all great sports movies, when they're great, there's also a story there. There's also you're moved by it, and we're funny as fuck.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
So we got that to deliver it, but this kind of spiritual ending to it all, I'm really proud about.
Absolutely. Yeah, the best sports movies, the sport is almost like a background for these metaphors and things that are so relatable to what you're saying, life. And everybody has played sports and they've gone through this. So when you're watching it, when I'm watching this movie, I'm getting goosebumps because you've been in these situations before. Maybe not, I haven't been in an F1 car, but I've been in situations like that.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody thinks back to that, and it makes you so much more into it.
I was about to say, when you're flying at the end of the movie, that's the feeling that I get when that ball is in the air and I'm chasing it and it just gets death. And you could just, you feel in that moment of, 100%. And it slows down. It feels like the ball's going like, and it's just a crazy feeling. And I was sitting here watching the end of that race. And I'm just like, I felt like I was flying with you, dude. It was awesome. You guys did an unbelievable job of grasping that.
No, that is, and of course we live vicariously through you guys. Our teams, like I knew when the Sooners lost, I did not talk to my dad for 3 days. That's just stay clear.
Yeah, right.
That's the time to ask for an allowance, car, whatever you want, man. It's the same thing. I feel the same. And I love the Eagles-Chiefs rivalry. I'm a Chiefs. I'm a Missouri boy. I'm an Ozarkian.
Oh, baby.
Yeah.
Hey, we got you this year, dog. We got you this year, man. I got you, man.
We don't listen.
I let you down. I let you down in New
No,
Orleans,
we're
man.
trying to see it. Like, that's what I mean about life. You know, life throws these struggles your way. Sometimes everything's falling into place and everything goes quiet and it's perfection. It's sublime. And other days or other periods, life throws these struggles at you, and it's how you deal with those and come back from those. I think that are what makes sports movies so special. But I do have a confession. You know, I'm friends with Bradley Cooper.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, BC, baby.
He's your prime Eagles fan.
That's right.
And I'm not saying that I have the power to affect a game in any way. I don't adhere to that kind of hubris. But I did say last year, after the Eagles went out, Chiefs were on their way to another victory.
Yep.
And he was getting an award for the Maestro, still probably one of the best movies of this decade. And I was giving him this award. And he's been nominated like 18 times for Oscars. And I closed with, now, did you guys hear this one?
No. No,
dude. I'm locked in right now.
At the Santa Barbara Film Awards, I closed with, listen, he's been nominated the 1900th time. You know, if he doesn't get it, it's okay. He's used to it. He's a Philadelphia Eagles fan.
That laid the groundwork right there.
I think he was happy this year.
No doubt.
Oh, you already know.
We didn't talk for 2 months.
Did he hit you up about it? Did he after the Super Bowl? Did he shoot you a text? No.
He gracefully let me hurt tonight.
It's a pro movie. Just let it sit there and burn. Yeah. That's too funny, man.
Well, let's talk Chiefs Kingdom. You just said you grew up a Chiefs fan. How has the last decade been? Has this been the pinnacle of Chiefs fandom?
Just a play. I mean, we had St. Louis Cardinals at one time. They were the only ones in my childhood who really, well, that's not true. The Royals were landing too, but football, we were a little weaker. And it wasn't until Devin Hester years where things got exciting for a moment there. And now not till Dynasty. Yeah. We really you just feel this sense of pride instead of this sense of like, oh, life's out, always against us. So it's kind of extraordinary the way we live through our teams, through you guys, and what it means to us. And do you remember the Wild World of Sports? You guys are probably too young for it, but they used to. They would talk. They always ended with, "I just think of life that way, and each weekend's that way." And goddamn, thank God for our sports.
There we go.
Hell yeah, baby.
Yeah, man.
That's pretty epic, man.
Travis, shut up. Brad's talking.
I just want you wearing oven mitts till the season starts, my friend.
Keep your hands ready.
Come on, baby. These things are nice.
Yes. Protect those babies. All right.
Keep these things nice and warm.
Yeah.
We got to get you back to Arrowhead, big dog. Come on, man. Have you ever been to a Chiefs game in KC?
I never have. I never have. I think in the aughts, I was really pushing for the Saints after Katrina and that Drew Brees era and Sean Payton, and I loved seeing them win at that time. I had a home there. I was spending a lot of time there.
Hell yeah!
But okay, this is the year then.
There we go. Let's get it out. We never went to any Cleveland's games growing up. I don't know I feel like you're growing up. You got so much going on, but yeah, I know you're a big New Orleans guy. That had to be awesome down there on Bourbon Street.
I feel like Cleveland is just one of those franchises that, there's always that dodgy restaurant in that one corner you can never find parking for. And then a year later, it's a new restaurant. And then a year and a half later, it's a new restaurant again. It just kind of feels like they got, that just seems to be the vibe.
Well, Cleveland's like that dodgy. Well, that's definitely the Browns franchise, but Cleveland as a city is just the dodgy restaurant just stays around. It never goes away. That's what happens. Oh man, we're gonna get to this. We got to ask section. I know we're on borrowed time, so we're gonna get right to these questions. We got to ask. You don't have to answer. What was it like getting abducted on Jackass?
Yeah, that's what I loved when these guys came on, because again, we were all serious about our acting and really serious. And suddenly these guys come around and go, we don't give a fuck what you think about us. In fact, we want you to be upset with us. And we're going to go out there with no shame. So Spike Jones is a friend of mine, and I called him up and said, hey, man, if Knoxville and the gang, they got anything going on, I'm in.
Yeah.
This idea of celebrity abduction. So I'm standing in the line at Pink's, big long, waiting for our hot dogs, famous Pink's hot dogs. And I've been there long enough for people to go, oh, that's so-and-so. That's that Pitt guy. And then suddenly this van pulls up and all these shirtless guys in hoods get out and grab me, throw me in the van. I'm screaming like a 6-year-old girl. And it's one of my proudest moments.
Oh, that's
Come on, those guys. Oh my God.
Dude, I just met Johnny for the first time. I was freaking starstruck.
Dude,
I watched so
now.
much of that growing up, man.
So much of that
Unbelievable
shit.
stuff.
Did you ever get your hot dog or no?
No, I'm still waiting. Those guys, man.
We also had a co-star of yours on the show, Little Dicky, where he said he got you to do a cameo in Dave by just sending you an email. Is this real?
That's right. He sent an email. He'd heard that. I thought, little man, this is brilliant. What this guy's doing, he's carving out territory no one else has been.
Yeah.
And and I guess he got word, so he wrote me an email, and I thought about it for a night, and I couldn't find a reason not to do it. And that's what I wrote him. I was like, man, I tried.
I tried to get out of it.
I inquired with Buddhist monks and all the great religious minds of I couldn't find a reason not to do it. So I'm in.
It's so good. I love it.
And there we are.
That's so badass.
It was supposed to be a cameo, and then like 2 nights before, I get the script, and it's the whole episode. I think, like Dave.
That's great. That's amazing.
And there we were.
Well, one of the things that happens on this show has happened multiple times is manifesting things, right? You speak it into existence.
Oh, wow.
Is there a co-star or director that you haven't gotten to work with that you'd want to?
Ooh. I'm a huge PTA fan. I think he's just damn brilliant. Paul Thomas Anderson. Yeah, love what he does.
That'd be good. All right,
Yep.
good deal. What quote of yours do people say to you the most from one of your movies? What do you get the most?
I get what's in the box.
Yep.
Still. I get
For sure.
buongiorno.
Buongiorno.
Your ability to play just a redneck American soldier with the worst Italian accent. I don't even know how you'd act that, so you couldn't replicate that if you tried. Anybody.
In my DNA.
So good.
Have you ever been starstruck by like a co-star?
When I first met Gina Davis and Susan Sarandon, I was.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah. I got over it quickly, though.
Is it true that you volunteered to get your teeth chipped in Fight Club?
What's that like? I put my hand up and went, I'll do it.
Yeah.
I just thought, again, this movie came partially, this idea certainly out of the Jackass movement. So,
Okay.
yeah, we didn't we weren't getting facial scrubs and pedicures, so let's go the other way. And I had chipped my teeth as a kid, so I just re-chipped them. That's all.
Okay.
Took the bits off.
Wow. I mean, still took the oven bits off.
Yeah.
You're known for constantly eating on the screen. Best food you've ever ate on camera.
Damn, I don't know how I get this. Like people eat in life.
Yeah, right.
Like I think it was in Oceans, and I figured he's always waiting around. He's like the consigliere of the group, and he's always doing this, and he's got to eat on the run. That's all. That's where this came from. There was like thought behind it.
That's too funny.
And now anytime I eat in a film, like I guess I'm a bit of a grazer, but yes, okay. So that's my everything I've done. That's what I'm known for. The best. I had an ice cream sundae. I remember an ice cream sundae, big parfait thing on.
Ooh.
I'll tell you a story. Haven't thought about this for years. One of my first movies. I'm doing this little independent film. We're shooting in this little tiny cafe. It's full of the crew, so there's about 60 people in there. It's hot. You can't breathe. Mm-hmm. And my character hadn't eaten for days, and he gets his big plate of beans. First plate of beans and bacon. And I was all like, method. I was like, I'm gonna do this right. I'm gonna, and I just powered down this plate of beans. Take 2, do the same thing. Take 3, I do the same thing. Take 4, I do the same thing.
Oh no.
something hit me.
Oh, I know exactly what hit you.
It was
We all
truly-
know what hit you.
And there was nothing I could do. I was stuck in this chair, and nature took its course.
Yeah.
And then there was nothing. I went, oh, great. I got away with that one. And then suddenly the entire crew, the most diabolical something descended on the crew in the whole room, and they fleed the cafe. So
Dude, hey,
the confession you've heard first right
In the
here.
room.
hey, that's great.
And ever since then, I paced myself.
Beans will do it to you, baby.
That's right. You should be proud. Hey, you clear a room. You clear a room. That is
From an offensive lineman. You already know that's a badge of honor. Coach Jason.
Dude, we had oh my gosh, Green, all-time sack leader, one of the up there with the Steelers for a long time, and then he was coaching the Packers, Kevin Green, and he came in, he was coaching the D-line. He came into the O-line room to try and give us tips on how to block D-linemen. He came in there, guys are farting nonstop.
Oh,
And he was like,
no.
you guys are, the O-linemen suck. I'm out of here. He just left the room. He gave us like 2 pointers.
By the way, have you ever met David Fincher? He is probably the most knowledgeable man about your sport that you will ever run into.
Oh, interesting.
Like he would, the minute you mention this guy, he would pull his name up.
Who's his team? Or is he just a fan? Just love it?
He's a lover of the sport, man. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Like strategy.
That's awesome.
We ask athletes this question all the time, but what was your welcome to Hollywood moment?
Welcome to Hollywood moment. Okay, I'll tell you my welcome to Hollywood moment. I got my first little thing. It was on a little soap opera, and my picture was in like USA Today.
Okay.
And this was a big deal. Sent to my mom and dad. Look, Ma, I made it. And it was with a friend. There was a girl he was really attracted to, a couple of girls, and we went over to their apartment, and we went through the kitchen, the back door, and I looked down the litter box, and there was that picture with a big cat turd on it.
Oh!
Big pit stain, cat turd. That sums it up.
That's right there. Welcome to Hollywood.
And I've never forgotten that.
I love it. I love it.
God damn, that's good. Dude, Brad, we appreciate you jumping on, man. We know you got to roll to the premiere, man. Thank you so much for gracing us with your time, brother. And we'll get the Chiefs got you back this year.
I'm
dog.
not worried. And that's my favorite.
Yes.
So good.
Also, say what's up to Doug Pitt and Landon Pitt. I don't know if you know this. I climbed Mount Kilimanjaro with your brother.
He said so.
Yes.
He's got a few of you guys up there. He's got Joe Buck up there and some other
Yeah.
great. Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
that was electric. That was a lot of fun.
How about coming down? That was worse,
It's easily the worst part. You get so excited, you reach the summit, you're like, I'm here, it's over, right? No, now you got to go back down.
Knees.
The worst.
Oh, boy.
All right.
Love you both.
Thank you so much. Love you.
Dude.
Thanks for coming on.
Thank you, brother.
Fellas.
Enjoy it, man.
All right.
Oh, man. Shout out to the Pit for, first of all, an amazing movie. F1. I fucking love F1.
It is good. It's very good.
Yeah. For taking some time before the big premiere out in London to come hang with us over here at New Heights, baby.
I feel like the movie is super relatable for where we were at the end of our careers. I don't know.
I think that's why I loved it so much.
For sure.
Definitely. I'm a swan. I am now a swan.
Let's get a little bit of New Heights Food Court brought to you by Hellman's. Not gonna lie, Trav, never in a million years did I think that we would have a mayonnaise sponsor with your very well-known hatred of that product. But here we are. Hellman's is sponsoring the New Heights Food Court. Last week, we put Travis's intense hate to mayo on blast. We've always been talking about it, but Will Levis, mayo lover, called you out on Instagram and challenged you to give Hellman's flavored mayo a try.
I'm not going to give it a try, but I know he loves it.
All right. Well, either way, Hellman's actually sent me some spicy mayo.
Oh, nice, Jason.
That's right. Apparently, we didn't send this to Travis because we didn't think he would hold up his end of the bargain.
Well, I'm traveling. I'm everywhere. So probably didn't have an address for me.
That's right. That's why. All righty. So Travis, are you ready to eat your words?
No, but I'll tell you what, since I've been all over the place, I think I know someone who actually has a love for mayo as much as Will Levis does. And that's intern
Let's
Brandon.
go. Hey.
Oh,
Hi. Look at it. Look what they sent me. Look at this.
Eat your words.
Eat your words on a chicken sandwich, boys.
chicken. Oh, nice.
Nothing like a
Chicken,
chicken
nice.
sandwich getting dropped off at your house at 6 o'clock in the morning.
How about it? Yeah. Have at it, boys. You're so fired up.
I actually am fired up. This has been sitting here. It's been sitting here for so long, and it smells so good.
It's got spicy mayo, fried
They
chicken,
got the mayo
pickles.
on the bottom. They got the mayo on the bottom.
What else is on that bad boy? Lettuce,
They
I
got shredded
see.
lettuce. They got pickles. I mean, that's everything you need. And there's your spicy mayo. Hold on. Here we go. This is the bite.
All right.
This is the
I
bite.
don't even know what we're reviewing. Like everybody
Eat your
watching this right
words.
now knows it's going to
Everybody, the only person who's wrong is Travis, but that's fine. It's so good on a chicken sandwich. I'm not being honest. It really is. No, it is. It's a nice spice. It's good. Travis, I swear to God, you will like it.
The spicy mayo is good. It's very good.
It's good. Jason, it's solid. Put this on a sandwich. Put this on... Fried chicken is really good. It's spicier than you think, too, if I'm being honest. Yeah, I think they sent you a sandwich.
Yeah, everybody that likes mayonnaise got a sandwich.
All the Mayo boys got sandwiches.
Sucks to suck, Trav.
That's a good sandwich. The mayo, a little spice.
Very good. Me like you the spicy. Let's
Put that on the bottle.
give it a little squirt.
Damn, Helm. Yeah, get you a little squirt.
This is disgusting.
It's not. Stop it.
It's really not.
Would you ever do this with ketchup?
Squirt ketchup in my mouth to see what it tastes like. If it was like a specialty ketchup, yeah, I would put my finger in it and lick it.
Yeah. Try it. Try it, Jason. Try it.
Oh,
It's great.
did you hear that sound?
Every squeeze bottle in America makes that
That's
sound.
every
That's
squeeze
right.
bottle.
Ketchup, mustard, they all make the fart noise.
I got to
Don't
throw
act-
them out before they get to that. I got to toss them.
That's good. I'm a big fan of spicy anything, really. I love hot sauce.
Isn't it spicier than you think?
I'm definitely getting, they put
A
in a
little
healthy
kick.
amount of spice. It's
That's
good.
a healthy amount of spice. All right. I like it. Travis, we'll get you. We'll bring
It
you over. at
sounds
some
like
point.
I need to give it a try. So maybe
You will give it a try.
Maybe another day.
Maybe another day. Okay.
What would you
that's fine.
be willing to put spicy mayonnaise on?
A sushi roll?
I mean, yeah, that adds up.
Okay.
What kind of
Yeah.
sushi roll? Unagi.
Ooh, is that eel?
I think so.
I'm out on octopus. Everything else I'm in on.
Alrighty, on behalf of mayo lovers everywhere, this feels like a huge win. This product, that is. Doesn't feel like a win that Travis didn't try it. We're going to work on getting him to try it. If you're a mayo hater out there, or if you know a mayo hater out there, challenge them to eat their words with Hellman's Spicy Mayo. That's right. Or flavored mayo. They have other flavors as well. The spicy one's extremely delicious. Because they may think they hate mayo, but, you know, if they like garlic aioli or a spicy sauce, they may actually love this. That's it for New Heights Food Court, brought to you by Hellman's.
All right, Nat. That does it for old Hellman's, man. I don't know about that one, but I'll give it a try.
Hey-yo.
Before we wrap this up, though, let's answer a no dumb question, because that's some of our favorite questions we ever get asked. No Dumb Questions is brought to you by Perplexity AI. Discover fast and reliable search with Perplexity AI today.
Nice.
Brandon, hit us with it.
Hi guys, Heather here. My
Heather.
no dumb question is about the 2-minute warning in football.
Okay.
And
okay.
why does it exist? Is it really just a TV thing for like commercial rights and broadcasting? I
Of
know
course.
it's because it's there. The teams try to take advantage of it for controlling the clock at the end of the half or the end of the game. But does it really have any origin in like a football purpose before TV rights? I guess I could look it up, but I'd rather hear you guys talk about it. Go Giants.
Yeah.
Well,
All right. Whoa.
Thank you for the call, Heather.
Whoa. Yeah.
Definitely.
Thank you, Heather. That's a very fair question. It might be the smartest question we ever got. I think just right off the bat, I do think there is a bit of like selling some sponsors or get some ads
Yeah.
in there from the NFL standpoint. But stopping the clock right before half and right at the end of a game kind of makes it more dramatic and more of a special situation. the rules change a little bit. You can go out of bounds and the clock stops. You know what I mean? You can save time better at the end of game and a half.
Yeah, dude, I think it's got to be for commercial, and I would be shocked if this isn't for some type of advertising reason. I do think you're right. There are rule changes that happen after the 2-minute warning.
And it kind of gives each team to regroup.
You're playing different football.
Yeah, and think about their planned attack, knowing that they're losing time and possibly the ball at the end of half. Maybe this is their last chance to score before they have to give the ball away. You know what I mean? Whatever it may be.
I did look it up on Perplexity.
What does Perplexity say?
What does Perplexity say, Brandon?
I did not know this either, but apparently it was started because officials kept game time and there was no clocks in the stadium.
Oh, so it give
wow.
That makes sense. So they give everybody literally a 2-minute warning.
A little heads up here, boys. We got to wrap this up.
Game's almost over.
You
Lock
have
in.
2 minutes or you're dead.
What a wild way to play football. But yes, you guys are right. Yeah.
What a wild way to play football and not know how much time is left in the game.
No idea.
How do you?
This is why we don't count the reps. We just, dude, what's the saying?
This is insane.
Don't count the reps when you're doing like conditioning. What's the saying they always say, dude? Fucking damn it.
I forget what the saying is. I know what you're talking about though.
I was like, no, like I actually always look at the clock to see how much time is left.
I always look at the clock. I always count the reps. I actually usually count the reps. If I'm doing a lot, I'll count it in twos a lot of the time. So it doesn't feel like I'm doing as many just mentally. So like a down and back is 1. I'll count laps as opposed to like 2 like striders. Just so mentally I feels like I'm doing less than I think I am.
Right down here, number 4, television and commercials. I believe that's the big one these days.
Yeah, we've
Get a couple very expensive heads in
We've turned
there.
the 2-minute warning into a TV timeout.
Yeah.
TV timeout.
When do we think it's the least likely chance that viewers are going to tune out of the game when we go to commercial break? Hey, let's do it at the most interesting time of the game, which is 2 minutes left at the half. Yeah.
And that's where we sell our biggest spots.
Yeah, that's right.
Wouldn't you love to hear about trucks right now? God damn it, I would. That's the 2-minute warning. I did not know that. I didn't realize that they played football and nobody knew how much time was left in the game. That's fucking wild.
They still do it in soccer.
Oh, they do. You're right.
Shout out to Perplexity.
Yeah, shout out
Thank
to
you, Perplexity. Nailed
for
that one.
giving us that history lesson. And shout out to Heather for the
I think I look pretty good in this light.
Get over yourself. What do you get, a tan?
And a wax.
Are you kidding me? Get some sun and a wax, tan and a wax. And all of a sudden Jason's tan, wax, and a new studio set up, and
that's all we need to make me full of myself. All right, let's go.
Welcome to New Heights, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, a wonder show produced by
baby.
Wave Sports and Entertainment and brought to you by Audible. Why read when you can listen? We're your hosts. I'm Travis Kelce. This is my big brother, Jason Kelce, out of Cleveland Heights, Ohio. Look at this old school 1980s Heights hat, dude. This thing sweet.
That's the tiger I remember.
Shout out to Dave, Damia Dave, for giving me it. Subscribe on YouTube, Wondery Plus, wherever you get your podcasts, and follow the show on all social media at New Heights Show with 1S. Jason, tell the people what we got coming up today.
We got another incredible episode for you 92%ers. We'll pick a film for the final installment of the New Heights Film Club. We're going to answer some not so dumb questions, as we always do. And we've got an incredible conversation with Chiefs offensive coordinator, my former quarterbacks coach with the Philadelphia Eagles, Matt Nagy. That's right.
Let's go, Nags. It's my guy right there.
We finally get to hear his side of the story on giving Pat Mahomes the answers to the test.
Did he just slide him the test on it?
Listen, if it's Pat Mahomes and you're that confident, give him the answers. All righty.
He already has the answers.
We're also going to get his opinions and thoughts on the Chiefs offense heading into the 2025 season. But before that, it's time for a little bit of that new news. New news is brought to you by American Express.
All right.
And the new news is we are watching Pretty Woman.
Oh, let's do it.
The tally is in. The tally is in.
Pretty woman.
Walking down the street, pretty woman. The one I'd like to meet, pretty woman.
We'll watch the movie, circle back, and...
But that song isn't in that movie, though, is it?
Yeah, guarantee it is. Guarantee it.
I wonder why.
Okay.
So what's Pretty Woman? Is that Patrick Swayze? Who's in Pretty Woman? I don't know. I know nothing about this film.
Not Swayze. It is Julia Roberts and another like 80s like
Kurt Russell.
just suave dude.
Kurt Russell, John Travolta,
More stoic.
Steven Seagal.
Oh, it's Richard Gere.
Richard Gere. I should have seen that one coming.
Old Richard.
I'm a big fan. All right, here we go. Pretty Woman.
Let's do it. I'm about to be a pretty big fan.
Dude, I'm just fucking around. All right, Pretty Woman received over 45% of the votes. The next closest, Princess Bride. I almost want to watch two. Can we do two? Should we do two movies?
No.
All right. Pretty Woman it is. I'm just going to watch Jaws just because it's a fucking banger.
Give you more nightmares? You're fucking sick. This guy wants to keep getting himself right. I heard a funny ass fucking tweet that said if you watch Jaws backwards, it's just a really, really heartfelt story of a shark giving people their limbs back.
Oh, nice.
There are people giving people limbs.
Well,
I fucked that joke up, but yeah, it's funny as hell.
It starts with the shark being reanimated from an explosion, and then he is then whole again, and then it's him just regurgitating limbs onto amputees. Yeah, all right, anyways. It's a magical shark.
Yeah, there it is. Here it is.
Oh, there we go. Agreeable Greg. There we go. Shout out to Agreeable Greg. Yeah, that's a good tweet. That's a good tweet. What does that reminds me of the joke? What do you get if you play a country song backwards? You get your wife back, your house back. That's another good joke. Those are both good jokes.
Pretty Woman it is. I'm going to watch Austin Powers then. If you're going to watch Jaws, I'm watching Austin Powers.
Dude, I'm telling you, will you please, if we're not going to do Princess Bride this time, let's negate the whole vote and do Princess Bride for the next film club movie. It's a fucking incredible movie, and I'm upset that you haven't seen it, Travis. You'll love it.
I'll watch Pretty Woman first. And
all right,
then
fair enough. All right. Yeah, we wasted a lot of time getting here, but the 92%ers eventually selected Pretty Woman, which we will watch and review at one of the up-and-coming New Heights Film Club episodes. But thank you so much for helping us find these videos.
Yeah, thank you, guys.
Yeah, we're looking forward to this. I really am. I never know what to expect. I like watching movies. I love judging things. So prepare to be judged, Julia Roberts, by somebody who knows nothing about the film industry.
Yeah, I can't wait to judge you, Richard.
Gear. Some more new news. Travis attended the Patrick Bacon Charity Golf Tournament.
Nice, yeah. Shout out to Patty Bakes.
Shout out to Patty Bakes.
Look at that forehead, man. You could put a fucking satellite dish on that thing.
What does the funds of the Patty Bake golf tournament go towards?
Yeah, so it's not the Patrick Bacon golf tournament. It's the Alex's Way Foundation golf tournament that my guy Patrick Bacon runs. Proud sponsor for City Insurance, which is the insurance company Patrick Bacon is in charge of. And
well, that's awesome. Congrats out to Patty Bakes and everybody involved with that charity. That sounds tremendous. Happy for all those guys.
Honestly, man, it's just cool to see everybody in my childhood and Bacon's life come together for a good cause. He had a family member pass away a few years ago, and they try and raise funds to help the awareness around it. And it's an awesome event, knowing how much of a slappy Bacon can be, but how much of a good guy he can be, and the beautiful family that is up there in Cleveland, Ohio, that it supports. And it was just dope. It was a fun outing up there at Sand Ridge, which I never gave enough credit for how beautiful it is up there on the east side of Cleveland. But it was a fun deal, man, and it was cool to see all the family and friends that we grew up around that I hadn't seen in such a long time. Posted a solid score. Shout out to Charlie Grace for keeping our score low, but that was a good deal, man. Had a lot of fun up there, raising some funds for a great cause, and sure enough, going up there to support old Patty Bakes, my caddy out in Tahoe. He's a fan favorite in the celebs and familiar faces that you see out there. Patty Bakes been doing this thing for quite a while now, so it was cool to get up there and support him for his foundation. And shout out to Forest City Insurance, baby.
Why has he got the calves covered up? Everybody knows Patty Bakes has the best calf game in the industry.
Those calves are what get him up and down that course out there in the altitude of Tahoe, baby.
I cannot wait to see him out in Tahoe.
Isn't he just the best, man? He's everyone's favorite human being, man. Did he text you?
Patrick texted me in the middle of the week and goes, "Hey, bro, what are we doing?" Because he goes, "What?"
This is why I'm not texting him.
He goes, "We're doing a Tahoe episode, right?" I was like, "I don't think so." And he goes, "Bro, we got to. I've got so many ideas. I'll hit you back." And I never heard from him again.
Yeah, because I told him we're not doing it. Do you know about this fucking bet that we're doing?
What bet?
What's the bet?
He had been trying to lose weight, so I told him, all right, I'll make you a bet for Tahoe. If you get down 25 pounds by Tahoe,
yeah,
I'll give you 10 bands.
Oh my gosh.
And he said, all right, deal. And I said, all right, but I don't want money. I want, if you lose the bet,
okay,
you have to do a round in Tahoe dressed as the Blue Man Crew.
Wow. Wow. Has the official weigh-in happened yet?
No. The official weigh-in is the 10th. We're doing it the 10th.
Is he just going to
Tahoe.
sweat it out?
And he says he's bringing his scale. And I'm just like, this motherfucker's going to have that thing.
No.
He's cheating.
We'll bring our own scale, but he's just going to sweat it out. He's just going to wrestler style it. Come on, Pat. We know you're not working.
He just texted me. It's your chance, Patrick.
This is it. We're not calling back.
Nothing.
Wow.
He said, I'm naked. Give me a minute.
Yes. Sounds about right.
I would have guessed.
Right,
sure.
so he's you don't know where he's currently at?
No idea where he's currently at.
He looks pretty thin. He looks a little lean in that photo. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if it's the pants or the jacket.
No, listen, Jason, we're on Patrick's side. I'm just trying to give him some motivation.
I'm definitely on your side. I want to see him.
Yeah, I'm rooting against. I'm a hater. I'm sorry.
I'm not a bet. I'm definitely on your. I'm Team Travis. I want him to do Blue Man Group.
I know. That's why I made the bet.
I want the Blue Man Group.
That's why I made the bet.
The weigh-in is Wednesday. Is it in front of you?
No, it's Thursday. It's the Thursday.
The Thursday
right
before the round?
Yeah. He's keeps trying to push it to Friday morning. I'm just like, dude, stop.
No. Thursday.
As soon as we get to Tahoe, you're on the scale and either you're there or you're not. We're not doing this whole, like, you go to the sauna and don't eat anything for a day and just sweat it out. Like, no, we're not doing this. Isn't do that shit on your own time. I'm not fucking.
Do you have blue paint for him?
Come on now, I did it the right way. I went to a clown shop, got the blue paint, got the bald Scully that you got to put on, and then there's like a certain like over the top layer that you put on so that it doesn't like sweat and get in the eyes and mouth and shit.
Nice.
He's gonna look like shit.
Dude, there's no way. He said, at this point, I pay $100,000 to not wear the Blue Man suit. You kidding me? This is the most unfair bet ever.
He's a fucking ridiculous person.
Isn't he fucking hilarious?
I love him.
The guy's a spectacle.
In other new news, the New Heights Reddit page, 92%ers want to know if we're serious about the Jets Jake tattoo. We're dead serious. Why would we not be serious? All right. Do you guys think that they'll actually bring someone on the pod if they get the tattoo? If so, are there any rules on where it has to be? That's a good question. I would definitely do this to go on.
How much do you guys love this show?
What are the parameters of the Jets Jake pinup tattoo? Your third leg has to be shown in the tattoo. It's got to be very. What else? What else for the Jets Jake?
I mean, it's Jets Jake, so you gotta have the Jets in there.
It's Jets.
Travis Kelce opens up about his late 2026 wedding with Taylor Swift on New Heights podcast. We want it to be not just a wedding, it's a moment of a lifetime. The New Heights podcast is known for its humor, banter, NFL behind-the-scenes stories, and occasional digressions to beer, barbecue, and typical Kelce family anecdotes. But the podcast episode airing at the end of January 2026 quickly became a significant milestone, not only for football fans but for the global entertainment industry. The reason is simple: Travis Kelce, for the first time, publicly, in detail, and seriously discussed his plans to marry his fiancée Taylor Swift at the end of 2026. Not an ambiguous answer. Not a joke. It was a long, emotional, mature, and profound conversation that left even Jason Kelce, known for being not easily moved, speechless for a few rare seconds on air. "You know," Travis said, his voice noticeably slowing. "I think it's time to talk about this properly. It started naturally. Jason Kelce, in his usual style, half jokingly, half seriously asked his younger brother. So, I guess you'll still be busy next season, but people say the end of 2026 seems interesting. Travis laughed, but this time he didn't shy away. He leaned back in his chair, sighed softly, and said, "Yeah. Late 2026. That's what we're aiming for." In that moment, the atmosphere changed completely. No more loud laughter. No more jokes. Jason leaned toward the microphone, his eyes focused, a reaction New Heights fans recognized immediately. When Jason is serious, what he says is true. Travis Kelce spent nearly 20 minutes of the podcast discussing why he and Taylor Swift chose late 2026, rather than earlier. "We've both lived our whole lives under other people's schedules," Travis shared. "Tours, seasons, media, expectations. A wedding is the only thing we want to do at our own pace." He made it clear that 2026 wasn't a delay, but a sign of respect for their careers, their families, and their relationship itself. Jason Kelce couldn't hide his emotions when he heard Travis speak. "I've seen my little brother in love," Jason said. "But I've never seen it so peaceful." He recounted that Taylor Swift is not just his fiancée, but has become part of the Kelce family in a very natural, unpretentious way. One of the most touching moments on the podcast was when Travis said, "People see Taylor on stage. I see her in the kitchen, in the morning, with messy hair, making coffee, and asking me if I'm okay today." He paused, chuckling softly. "And I think, yeah. This is home." Travis confirmed the wedding wouldn't be a media-driven extravagance, though the scale would certainly be large. "We want family to be at the center," he said. "Not headlines." He revealed that the Kelce family, the Swift family, and close friends, including those outside the entertainment industry, would play a significant role. Part 7, Italy, New York, or something unexpected? When Jason asked about the location, Travis smiled. "We have a few places in our hearts." He didn't confirm, but hinted that Italy, where they spent their honeymoon, held special significance, alongside New York, the city they call home. Travis affirmed that Taylor didn't want to turn the wedding into a performance. She wanted to be the bride, not the performer. After the podcast aired, social media didn't explode with sensationalism, but rather a wave of quiet emotion. Travis concluded the podcast with a quote that was widely quoted. "We've shared so much with the world. But the wedding, we want to keep a part of it to ourselves." Jason nodded. "And that's the only way a marriage can begin properly." The Kansas City Chiefs' underachieving 2025 season resulted in less recognition at the end of the season than the three-time defending AFC champions are used to. The Associated Press All-Pro team featured one Chiefs player on the first or second team, center Creed Humphrey. Kansas City had been represented by at least 3 players in each of the previous 7 seasons. The Professional Football Writers of America's 2025 All-NFL team also selected Humphrey as the only Chiefs player. The All-Pro center was one of only 7 individuals who were recognized on the 2024 team as well. The PFWA breaks the honors out into conferences as well. Along with Humphrey, tight end Travis Kelce was named to the All-AFC team after leading AFC tight ends in receiving yards, 851, and catching the third most passes in the conference. To play all 17 games, lining up nearly every snap in crucial games down the stretch, his durability was already noteworthy, but Kelce ran the second most routes, 567, among all tight ends in the NFL according to NFL Next Gen Stats. In the AFC, Indianapolis Colts tight end Tyler Warren ran 73 fewer than Kelce for the second highest mark. The 36-year-old tried to overcompensate for the inconsistent availability of Chiefs wide receivers in 2025, and reminded many writers and spectators that he is still one of the league's best tight ends. Now the football world is waiting to see if the admirable effort was his final bow or enough of a reinvigoration to play into 2026. The Kansas City Chiefs last season undoubtedly didn't end as hoped, so all eyes are now on what's ahead. The big question many are asking is whether Andy Reid will actually have Travis Kelce, who has been hinting for some time at the possibility of retirement. In Chiefs Kingdom, there's confidence that the tight end's decision could go in the team's favor, and there's a specific reason that could significantly help make it happen. The Chiefs plan to add Eric Bieniemy as their new offensive coordinator, a move seen as key to Kelce's return. According to a report by Arrowhead Corner on their X account, there is strong support from the Chiefs roster for bringing in Bieniemy as OC, who was previously a key figure in maximizing Kelce's talent. Bieniemy spent a decade alongside Andy Reid in Kansas City. From 2013 to 2017, he served as running backs coach, and in 2018 he was promoted to offensive coordinator during Patrick Mahomes' first season as a starter. Starting in 2023, he joined the Commanders before eventually landing with the Bears. It's clear that in this sport, players often need those who can maximize their talent or guide them through the process. Kelce decided to stick with Eric Bieniemy, praising the work he did with the Chiefs alongside Andy Reid. "I've been a big fan of him my entire career. He's done unbelievable things for my skill set person and my mentality in terms of helping me grow as a player," Kelce said time ago. Travis Kelce is contemplating retirement following a challenging season where the Kansas City Chiefs finished with a disappointing 6-11 record. Despite the team's struggles and the absence of Patrick Mahomes due to a torn ACL, Kelce remained a top-tier producer, finishing the 2025 campaign with 76 receptions, 851 receiving yards, and 5 touchdowns across 17 games. While he might return for one more season to chase another Super Bowl alongside a healthy Mahomes, his expiring contract and potential transition into broadcasting have left his future in Kansas City uncertain. Andy Reid faces the daunting prospect of replacing both of his top lieutenants this offseason, as Matt Nagy and Steve Spagnuolo are heavily linked to vacant head coaching positions. Both coordinators have already interviewed with several franchises in need of a head coach and could leave their positions alongside Reid after several years helping build one of the most successful staffs in the NFL. Robert Irwin is still waiting on a reply from Taylor Swift about his invitation to host her wedding to Travis Kelce at Australia Zoo. Last month, the 22-year-old revealed he would open the gates of the Queensland Zoo for the pop singer and NFL star's nuptials. Appearing on the Smallzy Show on Tuesday, the wildlife warrior was asked whether the hitmaker had accepted his offer. "Not yet," he replied with a laugh. Not yet being the operative word. "We will see." Weddings at the zoo. I mean, what says romance more than having an apex predator and crocodiles at your wedding, right? The Dancing with the Stars U.S. favorite also gushed over his dance partner Whitney Carson, who recently stayed at Australia Zoo along with her family. "It's so cool. I feel like there's more Americans at the zoo right now than ever before. It's special," he said. Robert stunned Taylor's fans when he said he would love to hold the A-list couple's nuptials at his family-run venue. "You know what'd really, in my opinion, just absolutely make that wedding is if it was an Australian wedding," he said. He added that Australia Zoo fit the bill nicely as it has hosted many weddings over the years. "One of the things that we do that is the most popular is weddings at Australia Zoo. We have hosted many," he said. "We have this beautiful location overlooking the African savanna, where rhinos and giraffes are just frolicking out in the open in the wild, and you get married over that, and it's stunning." Robert then addressed the couple directly, urging them to get in touch to lock in the date. "So, Travis and Taylor, hit me up. I got you," he said. Robert's invitation comes after the date for Taylor and Travis' big day was reportedly revealed. Multiple sources told Page Six early in December that the couple plans to marry on Saturday, June 13, 2026, a date that aligns with the singer's lifelong connection to her favorite number, 13. Taylor and Travis announced their engagement on August 26. The announcement came exactly 13 days after Taylor appeared on Travis' New Heights podcast, where the couple discussed how their favorite numbers seem to align perfectly. Travis noted that he has worn the number 87 throughout his NFL career, and Taylor responded that 13 and 87 make 100, joking that their numerology compatibility is part of the reason we're dating. Jason and Travis Kelce aren't just sticking to football anymore. The brothers are taking their signature banter and charm to a whole new level with a fresh career move. They're releasing a book together. This news has got Swifties excited as well, as their upcoming book, which is based on their podcast, Nate Heights, will be releasing in Taylor and Travis wedding month. Read on for more details. Jason Kelce, the older brother, was the heart of the Philadelphia Eagles offensive line for years. With multiple titles in his name, this former player, now retired, jumped into sports media. Meanwhile, the younger of the Kelce brothers, Travis Kelce, is still out there catching passes for the Kansas City Chiefs. However, the Kelce brothers are more than just popular soccer stars. Their podcast, New Heights, really shows that off. It's not your typical sports show. The two of them riff about everything: football, family, weird news, and basically whatever's on their minds. There's no filter, just honest conversation and plenty of laughs. Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce also participated in the very podcast as one of the most loved couples, and fans still listen to their episode on repeat. Now the Kelce brothers are bottling some of that energy in a book. They're calling it No Dumb Questions, and All of Our Dumbest Answers, dropping June 2nd this year. The same month in which Internet's most adored couple Taylor and Travis are getting married. According to Page 6, Taylor and Travis have locked June 13, 2026 for their wedding. Seems like the month of June is bringing more than one good news for the Travis and Taylor fans. Circling back to the book, interestingly, the idea comes straight from a fan-favorite segment on their podcast, where listeners send in off-the-wall questions, and the brothers fire back with answers that are equal parts hilarious and surprisingly thoughtful. The book promises that same vibe, funny stories, honest takes, and the kind of brotherly back and forth that's made their podcast a hit. You'll get a sense you're right there with them, just hanging out. Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift are making plans to tie the knot this June in Rhode Island. They picked June 13th, Swift's favorite number, so it's got a special place in her heart. They got engaged back in August 2025, and as per Fox Sports, now they're nailing down the details at a fancy spot close to Swift's place in Watch Hill. This definitely sounds like the celebration will blend both their personalities and give a nod to their future together. Travis Kelce doesn't often publicly comment on his relationship with pop superstar Taylor Swift, so when he does, fans take notice. That was the case on Wednesday night, as the Kansas City Chiefs icon dived into the comments section of a picture of his girlfriend performing in Nashville. In a rare public display of affection for her on social media, Kelce used his adorable nickname for her, writing, "Turn me up Tay-Tay." Fans, perhaps unsurprisingly, quickly noticed the comment on the official NFL post and went crazy about it on social media. "I know a number one Swiftie when I see one," one wrote, while another, presumably with much hyperbole, added, "I am dead on the side of the road." The comment on Instagram came just hours after Swift had returned to the stage for the first time in months to perform at Kelce's yearly Tight End University event in Nashville. It was the first time Swift had sung publicly since the end of her sold-out worldwide Eras tour, and she performed an acoustic rendition of her hit song Shake It Off. The performance was alongside Kane Brown at Tight End and Friends, a show hosted by Kelce as part of his NFL event in Music City. Kelce and Swift had earlier been pictured arriving at the Brooklyn Bowl in Nashville, where it seemed like Swift was purely just supporting Kelce for a cause close to his heart. Singers such as Sophia Scott, Graham Barham and Chase Rice were all listed to perform at the venue, where Swift was first spotted enjoying the night in the VIP section. Jordan Davis also played and welcomed country star Luke Combs onto the stage, but Swift's involvement had been kept a secret, if it was even scheduled at all. Swift told the crowd, "We planned that 3 minutes ago," shortly before she left the stage to huge cheers. Just when it seemed like Brown was finishing his set, Swift ignited a frenzy when she walked out for one more song and played an acoustic guitar belonging to Rice. She dedicated it to our favorite players before launching into a rendition of one of her biggest hits and sending the crowd wild. Tickets had been on sale to the public and some devoted Swifties had made sure they were in the crowd for a possible sighting of the singer with Kelce. It was a gamble that seriously paid off. Nashville's Brooklyn Bowl hosts up to 1,200 people, while her biggest Eras show was at the Melbourne Cricket Ground in Australia, where 96,000 people went to see her. Earlier in the week, Swift stunned fans on Monday night as she doted on Kelce during the welcome night for the 3-day NFL event that the Kansas City Chiefs star has hosted since 2021. Kelce and San Francisco 49ers star George Kittle run the event alongside Greg Olsen, another former tight end who is now a distinguished NFL analyst. As well as building a community among the players who play in the position that Kelce is famous for and sharing tips on performance, they also raise money for charity through the annual get-together. In a podcast episode aired over the weekend, as the conversation revolved around the changes in life after the NFL season, Jason Kelce unexpectedly shifted the topic to the most anticipated wedding in entertainment, the wedding of Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce. With his approachable style, Jason jokingly asked, "I heard you're not only the groom, but you're also the one who'll be stealing the dance floor?" That question immediately made Travis burst into laughter. His voice changed noticeably, an undeniable excitement. "You know, Jason, you can't stand still at Taylor's wedding. The music is everywhere, the emotions are explosive. Just imagine if I didn't dance." The entire studio erupted in laughter, but it was Jason Kelce's reaction that audiences will remember forever. Jason leaned back in his chair, shook his head, and laughed loudly into the microphone. "I knew it. I anticipated that moment. But hearing you say it in that tone, there's no doubt about it." Jason Kelce, from surprise to pride. According to those who have followed New Heights since the beginning, Jason Kelce is known for being calm, down-to-earth, and often acting as the rational older brother whenever Travis gets too excited. But this time, Jason's reaction wasn't just teasing his younger brother. Throughout the more than 20-minute conversation about the wedding, Jason kept bringing up Travis dancing, as if it were a symbol of something bigger. "Hey, I have to be honest," Jason shared. "I've seen Travis in so many things in my life, from the basketball court, the locker room to family gatherings. But the way he talked about the wedding, especially when he mentioned music and dancing, that was genuine joy." Jason paused for a moment, then continued in a slower voice. "Not everyone finds a moment that makes them forget everything around them and just live fully in the present. For Travis, it seems that wedding was that moment. When dancing is more than just dancing." Media analysts quickly realized that the wedding dance story was more than just entertainment. For Travis Kelce, who had spent over a decade playing at the highest level in the NFL, openly talking about personal emotions, especially pure joy, was rare. Jason Kelce realized that too. He shared on the podcast. "Travis usually expresses his emotions through actions. On the basketball court, it's fiery; off the court, it's very down-to-earth moments. When he talked about dancing at the wedding, I understood it wasn't bragging. He was saying, 'I'm happy.'" That quote was quickly quoted on numerous entertainment news sites, as it clearly reflected the change in Travis Kelce's image, from a powerful sports star to a man fully enjoying family happiness. Taylor Swift and the unstoppable musical atmosphere. According to several close sources, Taylor Swift's wedding was designed as a true musical feast, where music was not just the background but the soul of the event. This explains why Travis Kelce, who isn't known for his dancing skills, became one of the most enthusiastic on the dance floor. Jason Kelce revealed another interesting detail on the podcast. "I'm not saying he dances beautifully," Jason laughed. "But he dances with his heart. And at a wedding like that, that's more important than any technique." This made Travis laugh out loud, but he didn't argue. Instead, he admitted, "That's right. I don't care how I look. I just know that at that moment, I was in the right place, with the right person I love." Audience and fan reactions. Immediately after the podcast episode was released, social media was flooded with audio and video clips capturing Travis talking about dancing, accompanied by Jason Kelce's helpless but loving expression. Many fans commented that Jason's reaction made the story special. Jason sounds like an older brother who's both teasing and proud. The way Jason talks about Travis shows how close they really are. This isn't just a wedding story, it's a family story. Media experts believe that the image of the Kelce brothers openly discussing their personal happiness on the podcast has helped New Heights transcend the boundaries of a typical sports program, becoming a place where viewers can find authentic life stories. Jason Kelce and the perspective of someone who's been there before. Many noticed Jason Kelce, who is married and has a stable family life, speaking about Travis's feelings with such deep understanding. In the podcast, Jason admitted, "When he talked about the wedding, I saw myself many years ago. It's the feeling when you realize that everything you've been through has led you to this moment." Jason emphasized that Travis dancing wasn't just a fleeting moment of joy, but an expression of readiness to embark on a new chapter in his life. The media called this a memorable Kelce moment. Major American entertainment publications quickly called this one of the most memorable Kelce moments on the podcast. Not for its humor alone, but for its rare authenticity. One review read, "In a world where every celebrity moment is overanalyzed, Jason Kelce laughing and listening to his brother talk about dancing at the wedding felt so human." Conclusion: one reaction speaks volumes. Ultimately, what makes this story resonate with audiences isn't how Travis Kelce danced at Taylor Swift's wedding, but Jason Kelce's reaction, a reaction that was both humorous, heartwarming, and full of pride. Jason wasn't just laughing because his brother was overjoyed, but also because he realized a simple truth: Travis Kelce was genuinely happy. And sometimes, at a wedding filled with music, no words are needed to express that better than stepping onto the dance floor and dancing your heart out.